Hey, exiles. What's going on? Hope you are having a lovely night. Tonight, it's Thursday. That means it's time for another Talkative Try stream. We have Hardcore Solo Self-Found tonight. And we have a podcast with Lucky Luciano of Diablo 4 and 2 fame. Should be good. Hope you are all having a wonderful time right now. Now, I'm wearing a headset today. I'm wearing a headset because I feel like, oh god, it's very loud. Crap. Let me see. I feel like I hear the game better when I'm wearing a headset, you know? Let's see. Oh. There we go. Alright, that's a little better. What's going on, Omega Cybers? Hope you're having a good one. It is also better for the pod, yes, because there is no chance at all for echo, right? Hey, Zerwan, what's going on, dude? Okay, let's game load. Soja, come here. No, we're not playing a warrior tonight. Hey, Astral, what's going on, man? I'm doing well tonight. I'm doing well. You know, had a decent day. You know, chilling with the fam. We watched some Survivor. Hey, Jojo. Hey, Lone Legionnaire. Hey, Rocco Goblino. Ooh, yeah. Last Epoch season's looking good from that trailer, too, you guys. Pretty hype. Pretty hype indeed. And we get to chat with the devs. How fun is that going to be? Oh my gosh. I did not expect all that to happen. Not going to lie. Never seen Last Epoch. It was a good trailer. Yeah. Okay. My qualms with Last Epoch were the fact that I burned out too fast. The content was just too grindy, right? I did not enjoy it. But it's looking darn good from that trailer. It looks like they've made some massive improvements. Hey, SW, Shinigami. Hey, Kathan. Hey, The Pleb. Hey, Mufun. Good evening. Should we watch it, guys? Should we watch the trailer really quick before we get into PoE? Should we do that? All right, we'll watch the trailer. We'll watch the trailer. Oh. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. Yeah, we got a cattail on us, guys. All right, we'll mute the game. Okay. Muting PoE. Got the desktop now. Oh, where is it? There we go. Okay, look, there's me. Okay. For those of you who don't know, Last Epoch's second season drops on April 2nd. It has been almost a year since their last real content update. There's been some updates since then, but it's really been a year since the last substantial content patch. They have put a massive amount of content to this. There was one caveat for people like myself who don't have enough time to commit in a short span to multiple games. It drops on April 2nd. And what's coming around April 2nd, we don't quite know when yet. Path of Exile 2 0.2. Very unfortunate, isn't it? Very unfortunate. So I laid out the good scenarios versus the bad scenarios on Twitter. Best case scenario, Path of Exile 2.2, in my opinion, releases on March 21st. Last Epoch releases on April 2nd. Worst case scenario, 0.2 for PoE2 releases on April 5th. Hopefully it drops on March 21st. However, March 21st is also when I'm supposed to talk to Judd Kobler. Gosh, dang it. Oh my god, Kobler? I don't know. I can't remember. The CEO, basically the Chris Wilson of Last Epoch. I'm supposed to interview him. So, okay. Anyway, let's watch the trailer. Enough preamble.
You've come to the right place, traveler. And in this time, you can share in her embrace.
Pretty good cinematic. New faction. Atlas tree. It's an Atlas tree, you guys. What are they doing? Every game has to have an Atlas tree now. Labyrinth in Last Epoch. PoE2 doesn't have a labyrinth. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, the new monoliths look pretty cool. New bosses. This is what I'm playing. I'm playing a Sentinel. Oh, look at that, everybody. That's a lot of new affixes. This is crazy as well. Okay, for those of you who don't understand Last Epoch crafting like myself, these are insane. Okay, even as a non-crafter, I know that these are all ridiculous and will completely change the field of crafting in Last Epoch. And that is not exaggerating. That's a lot of new items as well. There's one on here that is just stupid broken. Where is it, you guys? Oh, where is it? Did it appear on screen yet? Oh, okay, wait. There's one on here that is just dumb. It doesn't even make... It's like the mage blood of Last Epoch. Right here. Holy crap. What is this? Shattered Worlds. Relic. Unique Void Star. 8% less damage taken. You are immune to slow. You have haste. Plus 3% crit strike chance. Plus 3 all attributes. 26% increased effective frenzy on you. Plus 1 all skills. Oh. They did it. These are the ascendancies of Last Epoch, masteries. In Last Epoch, you could not swap a masteries. You can now swap masteries. Oh. This could be big. WASD beta support. All right, guys, it feels really good in PoE2. Don't really like it in Diablo 4. I'm hoping it feels good in Last Epoch. This was a big one for me. They worked their ass off to get this ready. 100% because of Path of Exile 2. The only reason they worked on this. This is the Eater of Worlds, Arbiter of Ash, basically. Similar fight in Last Epoch. It's their pinnacle boss, and now it has an Uber version.
Rejoice, traveler. We've prepared a silken tomb for you. Woven.
Okay, guys, anyone who has seen Avengers Infinity War, is this not literally the opening of Infinity War? Rejoice! Rejoice, for he has come. I swear to God.
With golden strands.
Hell yeah. Everything there's a banger. The only non-banger is the freaking date. It makes me upset. This is awesome, guys. So freaking cool. Big props to EHG. They have gone quite hard with this update. They are competition. Anybody who says they are not competition to Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2 is delusional. They are definitely competition, and that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. We want competition. Very good. Very good we have competition. All right, guys. Well, they did pick that day first. But and the fact is, guys, they are competition, but Grinding Gear Games is the bigger player. So it's going to be really sucky for Last Epoch if it ends up being right after the Last Epoch season. I think that'd be the worst thing for EHG, worst situation for them. And I'm really rooting for them. Hey, Sanctum. Yeah, what's going on? Yes, this is a pink ice, grapefruit ice. That is my guilty pleasure. EHG is still an indie studio. Are they an indie studio? They are, they're owned by Tencent, just like GGG. Do we count that as indie? Maybe. Yeah, I played Last Epoch after work today. GGG just taking the piss with their no communication on their design intent with regards to meaningful combat. Hey, we'll find out soon enough, won't we, men? I plan on asking about the direction. We'll see. Thoughts on the tower changes? I'm not a blaster, okay? But here's my opinion on the tower changes. I have never once done the run all the crappy maps, use the tower to get the tower juice on the good map strategy. I've never done that. I'm fine with the tower changes. Like, it doesn't change my playstyle, but I totally understand how it greatly affects so many others, and that really sucks. It sucks for a good chunk of people, a good chunk of the audience, and I hope in the long term it changes. So just personally, it doesn't like affect me, but I can see how greatly it affects other people, and that really sucks. And that might surprise you guys to learn that I've never like done the optimized thing, but I like people who commonly watch know, I am by no means a I can play a lot, right? But I'm not a blaster or anything. Like, I don't really do things optimally. The only optimal thing I do is juice my waystone % chance when I'm doing citadels. Based on their budget and size, I would say yes. Okay, yeah, that classification works, Alex Albert. By the way, good evening. What a bad day to know how to read. Oh gosh, I can't even read your name. What happened? They haven't even said anything about Chris Wilson. Guys, they didn't even announce when Bex left. Bex announced when Bex left. They don't announce when employees leave. They didn't announce when Eric Olofsson left in 2021. He's one of the other founders of Grinding Gear Games. I wouldn't expect anybody besides Chris to maybe come out and say something. But even then, with how Chris has been the past few years, I don't think he really wants to. I feel like he's... I could be totally wrong, but I feel like he's off into the sunset, living his best life. No, dude. No, Kevin. No, I'm not optimal. What? This individual keeps appearing in my chat. Omega Cybers. I'm almost tempted to ban this individual, but I guess I don't have to. I'll give benefit of the doubt. I don't really know what they're referencing. Okay, I gotta remember we're in hardcore. Okay. Also, who's excited for the guest tonight? Who, I kid you not, has never done a Path of Exile video in his life. Can you guys believe that? We're having someone on who's never done a Path of Exile video. only done Diablo videos. You guys ready for this? So, you know, people say that I'm a silencer of voices of people who criticize GGG. Ah, well, how about someone who's never even really had an opinion on GGG in a public video? Well, could be interesting, yes? My favorite league mechanic in PoE1? Harvest. Harvest is my favorite league mechanic in PoE1. I like the monsters. I like the crafting mechanic. I like Oshabi. Do you guys see who's behind me? I literally have Oshabi behind me. Harvest is by far my favorite mechanic and the one that I have used to make the most currency. Now, like I said before, I'm small brain, non-efficient player. It's once again Harvest, because what I do at League Start is I'm a simple farming man. I will farm Harvest yellow juice and sell it.
What's this? A real challenge. You've finally caught my attention.
Thank you for the sub, Astral. I really appreciate it, man. I will collect... Wait, whoa, for tier 3! Bro, what's going... You're popping off, man. You gave 10 gifted subs last stream, and now you're tier 3 subbing. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jeez. Thank you, man. That was very nice of you. We're going for a big March too. Did you guys know that I'm a professional racer now? I'm gonna race in this Path of Exile event. Where was I? Yes. I'm a simple farmer. I will literally do crappy farming of the yellow juice and use it basically as gold to basically get my first 2 or 3 divines. And then I'll use those divines to literally fund my character. And then I really won't upgrade my character beyond that of PoE1. Oh, that's so awesome to hear, Astral. I'm glad I got you into PoE. Hey, Squirtle Squad 2025. Guys, do I do this, boss? Do I do this? It's the double vulture. Do I risk it? Twitch drops are not active on my channel because I'm streaming Path of Exile too. All right, Exiles, here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, regens life. Well, that is not great for me. Extra chaos damage. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, no way. No, we're out. We're out, Exiles. Nope. You... Oh my gosh. Nope. 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 Remember, I don't log. This is how I have to retreat because I'm not a logger. That is sure death. No way I'm doing that, guys. Sorry. No, I'm not a logger. Okay, they're gone. They're gone.
What's this? A real challenge. You've finally caught my attention.
Oh my god, Tornax, dude. Thanks for the T1. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We are on a hype train just before the pod. Hell yeah. Let's go. We're going to shoot for Partner Plus in March. It's going to be a big streaming month because of my lovely wife. On a podcast. Hopefully we have, obviously, the League launch for Path of Exile 2. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. And I'm totally going to finish this challenge so I can start showing you guys how you ethically play endgame Path of Exile 2.
Isn't everything, brute?
Thanks for the cheer, Omega Cybers, and the Craigasm. I really appreciate that. Big fan of Craigasm. What is this? Okay. If you walk really slowly, you can aggro one at a time. Bro, I actually didn't know that. That's crazy. Because the double fight is insane. It's the slow that I decided. That's why I'm not going to do it, because of the slow. I could do it if I wasn't getting chilled. This is the furthest I've gotten in hardcore solo self-found.
Mad, Exile. Mad. And I love it.
Jesus, guys. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Lone Legionnaire, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our Are all of you guys excited for Last Epoch as well? Like, are you going to play that? Because I'm definitely going to play it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm definitely going to play it, even if it lines up with Path of Exile 2.2. It's just like a matter of how much I'm going to play it. I'm definitely going to stream it on launch day. I might take that day off work, honestly. I might be a degen streamer. Yes, 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 yes. Ping pong. That's probably going to be the best approach. Never play it, but I'll play... Dude, Squirtle, man. You should at least try it out. It's a very fun game. I just bounced in the end game. Because it was a little tedious. If you thought PoE2 endgame was tedious, you would have not liked the old Last Epoch endgame, I'll tell you that. Alright, we are 8 minutes away from getting lucky on here. We're doing pretty well. I just got under 7k hours into PoE1. Oh my god. I could not get into last league. It made me sad. I need to get my PC upgraded so I don't lag die in T15 maps. What? Is that a recent change where you haven't been able to do T15 maps in PoE1? Holy crap, man. I am most excited to see how PoE2 addresses character power. I really want to see what their goal is for single target DPS. You may be seated, man. You and me both. But there are many people who do not want there to be significant changes to single target DPS. It's going to be interesting. I forgot the letter. I didn't forget the letter. I got to return the letter, right? I can go back to the caravan. I picked it up. I picked it up, Omega Cybers. Where is the town? I always get so confused. There it is. Anyone going to be using Druid stuff? In PoE2 I am, and Last Epoch, I think I'm going to go Forge Guard. Isn't that her?
Need something? You found a letter when I have the warm nights.
Alright, let's see. Wait, one tapping max tier pinnacles is not going to stay? I think it will stay, but I think it will be much harder to achieve. And that is pure speculation. There is 0% weight behind that. So don't take that with any salt at all, okay? I could be 100% wrong. Just zero faith in that statement that I'm saying. I don't know what they're going to do because it actually seemed like they were kind of okay, especially I think Mark kind of seemed okay with where it was in that interview with DM and Ghazi. And maybe it's a misread on my part, but it sounded like they were good with it for the most part. It really did. I didn't hear too much. Yeah, there's definitely some things to address in that interview. And the fact that Herald of Ice and pretend intelligence. Let's do that. The fact that Herald of Ice and Archmage Spark has stayed in the game where you can just go like this and kill a boss in one hit. I've seen people do this to the Arbiter of Ash. Like that. And the Arbiter is completely dead. I don't know. But we had this discussion last time and I was a bit of an ass, and I thought I was a jerk, so I don't want to. What do the children say? Pop off. Don't want to pop off again. I felt like one though, and if I feel like I was being an ass, then there's something wrong, because I rarely feel that way. I really do. It takes something special for me to feel like I'm being a jerk. I know, I thought I was one. Guys, I'm not saying other people did. I think a few did, but like I did after. I felt dirty, like thinking about it the next day. And when I feel dirty about something, it makes me think a little bit more about it. Yeah, it's not my style to be, triggering and a little bit, what did I think? Prickly. Ah, yes. I was prickly. You may be seated, man. That sounds great to me. Oh my gosh, an exalted orb. Thank everything. Holy crap. Big. Oh. Okay. We're not going to be able to do the boss, I don't think, before the pod. So we'll just clear the area, and at 7:59 I'll pop off. I felt sticky in the morning. That's not good. I'll never apologize for glazing. I will apologize if I think I'm being a jerk. All right. Okay, guys, we're gonna try to do the Dreadnought tonight. I am terrified to do the Dreadnought on hardcore. Oh my goodness. That's gonna be something. 7:58. Oh gosh, come on. I think it's that way. It's the top. Do you think GGG should just come out and say what they want the game to be? I think it would be great to hear some sort of manifesto, but at this point, it's just going to be the patch doing the talking and whatever video they release announcing the changes. Yeah, I also feel like the game should be free to feel a lot more fluid than it is. It's in a very static state, right? Like, it will be 3 months PoE2 EA out next week. 3 months. Isn't that crazy? All right, we got a checkpoint. There we go. All right, peace. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Thanks, Torinax. Keep blasting. Stay awesome. Thanks for all the awesome interviews. Rewatched all of them twice. Torinax, you absolute madman. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let me turn on the virtual cam. Change the name. Name. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so interesting. I don't even know what to think. Luciano. And I'm really hoping it's Luciano. I watched a few of his videos today, and he didn't say his name in any of them besides Lucky. And I think I can pronounce Lucky. I think Lucky's okay. Virtual camera. Where is it? Virtual start. Done. Okay. Good. Okay, Soja, you can sit. Not sure I like that GGG is tripling down on the garbage tower mechanic. Okay, well, the other like option kinda is just to remove towers, and I don't think they have the time to do that right now. I think that's the problem. I honestly do. I gotta adjust my camera. One sec. All right, that's bet. And I have so much. Okay. All right. I had so much overhead space, you know? I was looking kind of funky with all that overhead space. Ugh. Okay. Luciano. Lucy? Luciano. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Good. Thank goodness. Am I supposed to say Luciano? Well, I'm gonna ask him about his name. Oh wow. He's already calling me. The madman. Oh my goodness, you are the first person who's ever called me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that all right?
No, dude, of course that's totally fine. I was just hopping. My phone started ringing saying you're calling, and I was like, holy crap.
I have been on the receiving end of many Discord butt dials before, and
Oh my
it always
God.
freaks me out.
Oh.
It's like the most obnoxious sound.
Oh, it freaked me out for a second. I was just getting my camera, like my tripod dropped a little bit, so I had a ton of extra space above my head, so I was just adjusting it a little bit. Here, let me make sure I'm not cutting you off at all. There we go. Let's not cut you too much. How you doing, man?
Good. How's it going?
I mean, we're really far in hardcore on Path of Exile 2, farther than I've ever been. So it's quite.
And how far is that? I've watched a couple of your playthroughs.
I am in Deshar in Act 2. So we're right before the Dreadnought. We're on a sorceress. I feel like I'm going to be clenching a lot tonight as I'm on the Dreadnought. I'm going to be like, oh gosh. Okay. We're good. I'm not sure.
Which class have you felt the most comfortable on so far in hardcore?
Oh, on hardcore? That's really funny, dude. The warrior.
Really?
Yep. The warrior.
How was the pacing compared to other classes on warrior?
Warrior, it all depends on your weapon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I would get one weapon that would just carry me all the way through Act 1, find another good one in Act 2. And because the best build right now is just auto attacking on the warrior. As long as you are playing methodically with the packs, bosses you just auto attack down, and it's hilarious. And it's also easy. In my opinion.
Sounds
right?
like survivability isn't an issue as much with them.
Unless you roll into a pack of monsters and get insta-gib.
Oh, true.
That
I guess that's why we're on sorcerer now.
Yeah, that does kill me. It has killed me twice on warriors. So yeah, so sorceress, I'm just playing really smooth, playing with spark, and it's working out.
Nice.
The bosses take longer, but everything else dies. Have you played hardcore in PoE2 at all?
No, I haven't. It intrigues me for sure, and I would love to try it. I think eventually I will try it. I died 100 times, I think, in the campaign on my first playthrough. So I wasn't really, I didn't really feel up to the task. But after having played now, I mean, PoE2 almost exclusively for the last couple months, I feel I would feel better about it. I might want to give it a try. It was either do I do like hardcore trade league or SSF was the decision that I still have to come to terms with. But how are you? I'm assuming you're doing SSF.
I'm doing hardcore SSF. It was a sub goal challenge because I'm a trade dude. I don't typically trade a ton, but I'm like you. I died hundreds of times in the campaign. No way I could ever beat the game hardcore, but it would make a really fun streaming challenge. And now, man, my eyes are opened. It's such a different experience. It's like an entirely different game. So if I ever burn out on one aspect of Path of Exile or PoE2, I know I can just hop into hardcore and get a completely different play experience. I really like that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I felt the same way. Sort of what I've done in the past, like if I feel burnt out on endgame. Oh, we're not getting into the podcast, but that was how I kind of got into speedrunning, which we can talk about, later. But like always looking for ideas to keep the game fresh. So hardcore sounds like a good one from the sound of it.
Yeah, especially in PoE2 where you are not punished for moving a little slower in the campaign, at least. I think in endgame right now with the balance, of course, you definitely are, but in the campaign, it plays really well, and I'm enjoying myself. Now I'm treating it almost like an old school RPG, which that'll get some people riled up. But I'm making sure I'm constantly checking the vendors. I'm looking at how the packs are composed. I'm remembering what abilities they move, what they use. and it reminds me of playing like Neverwinter Nights or Baldur's Gate back in the day. And back then I used to, pause the game and I'd be like, okay, so this monster group is made up of 3 goblins. One of them is a shaman, and it's kind of like that. It's a really different feeling. It's a lot faster than that, but it's still that
what
sort of
mob
feeling.
type? Yeah, you have to react so quickly. What mob type are you, like, after having played through a couple times, are you most scared of? If you see one, you definitely, you have some like PTSD or something after going through the hardcore campaign a few times now. Is there any mob type in particular to look out for?
The easy answer, it depends on class. So the easy answer for
Right.
any projectile class are, I don't know their names, but
Guys
they're
with the
in
shields.
Yes, the guys with the shields that
Oh my
reflect
gosh.
projectiles. Dude, they will
Yeah.
insta kill you. Oh my god.
They're the worst.
And with Spark, holy dude. Oh
Is
my
it
god.
bad? Yeah.
It's so bad because every single little spark counts as a projectile. So
Oh
you'll
my
send one
gosh.
spark off, and I was using
So
like
many.
overload or whatever it's called, and oh my, so many flying, and I almost insta died my first time encountering them.
Gosh.
So
Scary.
and then as melee, honestly, it's the beetles in Act 2. Those are the ones that terrify me. The ones with the electrocute attack. Gotta be
It's so
careful of those.
funny that you say that. Like, I think so often of the comparisons between PoE2 and Diablo 2, and literally like one of the most dangerous enemies in Act 2 of Diablo 2 are electric beetles that you go and you attack and they release a bunch of like lightning bolts. There are so many similarities like that in PoE2 as I was doing my playthrough that just filled me with like so much nostalgia for Diablo 2, my favorite game of all time, but it might be replaced soon. But even down to like the acts, and this is something we can get into later, but just hearing you say that, it just, filling me with more memories, and it's funny to hear.
Well, man, that's a perfect segue. I know you said the pod didn't start yet. Dude, it starts from the moment we start talking, no problem at all. But I'd love if you could just give everybody here a little bit of a rundown of yourself, because I'm familiar with your content. I know I did a comb through of all of your channels. The only Path of Exile content I could find were 4 live streams, I think, that you did like a month ago. Your YouTube channel, 0 PoE stuff, like 2 last Epoch videos. The rest is Diablo. So could you just like introduce yourselves to this mostly Path of Exile audience for us?
Sure. I'm Lucky. You just call me Lucky. Lucky Luciano is the handle. I have played Diablo 2 for most of my lifetime. It's kind of that game that I always went back to. I'm a new father and dad gamer. I also work full time, and on top of everything, so when I play the game, I like to play efficiently. Diablo 2 has always been my kind of game I go back to, and I've gotten quite good at it. I hold a number of like world records in Diablo 2, a number of world firsts as well, and I've been exploring other ARPGs. So I've been playing some Diablo 4. I've been now playing PoE2 almost exclusively. I really only play ARPGs. It's just kind of the games that I have the most fun playing. So really, that's kind of what I do in terms of like content creation. But I started out watching Twitch and even realizing what a video game streamer was in Diablo 3. When we were playing that game, and everyone was saying, you got to do these runs, ALK runs. I'm like, what is an ALK run? They're like, you got to watch this guy, Al Kaiser. He does this run, and that's the most efficient run for farming that you can do. So that was my first interaction with Twitch, was watching that, and I never really imagined myself doing it, but COVID hit, and I was playing a lot of Path of Diablo. So that was a fan-made mod of Diablo 2, and the whole idea was that it was inspired so heavily from Path of Exile, hence the name. So a lot of mechanics that are in Path of Exile were adapted into the Diablo 2 universe, and Path of Diablo was made. And that was actually the game that led into my starting content creation. I was playing Path of Diablo, and I was able to kill a boss without using like any potions, and nobody's ever done that before. It was really cool, and my friends didn't believe me, so I I recorded it, I shared it with them, and it got like 3,000 views for my first ever video. It didn't have game audio, it didn't have like a video. It's still up on my channel. It's my first video I ever uploaded. And I was like, it was cool, so I posted it to share with my friends, and it just kind of took off. And since then, if I do something cool in the game, I'll make a video and I'll share it, and kind of been the how my channel came to be. So I always like to have fun. I like to do cool things. And Path of Exile 2. Now, you mentioned I don't have any videos on Path of Exile 2. There's a few reasons for that. The main one being, it's been a while since I've kind of just played a game and not had the content brain on at all times, and it has been a bit of a relief, and something that I've really enjoyed. Just kind of learning a new game, playing a new game, not being stressed about making content like I'll fall off or not be relevant. I'm not in the PoE world, so I'm not too worried about falling off. But since I've been playing so much and I really love the game, I am looking to probably start making some videos and sharing like my thoughts. I've got a lot of people asking to hear it. So this is kind of one of my first PoE2 content. Thanks doing this talk with you. I was really looking forward to it because I love the game, and I'd love a chance to talk about it with you.
Hell yeah. Well, welcome to the space, first of all.
Thanks.
And second of all, congrats on being a new father, man. It's crazy. August 17th is your child's birthday, right?
8th.
August 8th. Oh,
yeah,
I saw a post on Twitter. It's your pinned post, August 17th. I was going to say, my daughter was born last year, 3 days after. I remember seeing your post when we were in the hospital for a checkup, and I was like, oh, look at that, another ARPG player.
Oh, yeah.
Having kids, you know? So,
I remember you having your second, right? Or you might have more. Yeah, second, right around the same time too. And and you mentioned, I remember one of your tweets that really stuck with me. It was like, like they announced some news on PoE2 was announced like right when your wife went into labor, or like right around that time. And I was laughing because season 5 of Diablo 4 dropped when my wife went into labor. Really? And it was like apparently like the best season that Diablo 4's ever had. I didn't get to play any of it, but it was like so highly regarded as one of the best seasons. And then that happened like just at that. You can't play in these things. It is what it is. It's like it's just it's funny. I was relating to that very, very much. And I've enjoyed following your channel and your content. Really good for information. I love information, and you really do a great job on getting all the information, consolidating it, making it digestible, and it's been great getting to know you through your content and now talking to you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm not efficient like you. You know, you said your claim to fame is being super efficient, really good at games. That's not me. I'm like the info guy, the vibes guy, the glazer, some people call me. So when I talk to anybody, so I appreciate compliments coming my way. I really appreciate that, man. But yeah, how has it been being a father and a gamer? Has it changed as much as you thought it was going to change, or less so? Were you like prepared for it?
Yeah, so it's a fair question. I actually I think gaming actually prepares you really well to be a father, or just a parent in general, not a father specifically. But a lot of people said, you're not going to get a lot of sleep. Guess what? I've done 30-hour streams. When a new league drops, I play. I get very little sleep. I'm used to functioning on very little sleep. Not really concerned about it.
True.
I've slept very little. Like at the start, it was great. The baby was sleeping fine, but once 4 months hit, man, I remember it was a bit rough. Had more trouble sleeping through the night, but I was able to get through it, push through it,
and function.
I've operated highly on very less sleep, so it hasn't really fazed me. And then vice versa, how's being a father affected my gaming would be that's another interesting one, because there's this meme in Diablo 4 where it's like all gamer dads, right?
Yep.
And you expect that it's like, okay, well, now that I'm a gamer dad, apparently I just want easy spoon-fed games, and it's not the case. Like, I still want to play the games that I want to play. I want to play them the way I play them. I want to play them efficiently. Maybe I don't have as much time to commit to gaming anymore, which I acknowledge, but it doesn't mean I want to dumb down games. So like it was a realization where I thought that, okay, once I'm a dad, I don't really want to have to think when I'm playing games, because that's what people make it out to be when you're a gamer dad or a casual, and depending on your definition of casual.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you want some simple game that you don't have to think about and you get a participation trophy just for playing. Like, you can be challenged. You can want to play a game that's challenging you, that keeps you thinking, and keeps you on your toes. And so I'm glad that my taste in games haven't changed, but obviously, like, not being able to play as much. But number one feature about Path of Exile 2 for dad gamers, and I don't hear it talked about nearly enough, is pause. Oh my gosh. Talk about the pause feature in Path of Exile 2. Like, I feel like it became this taboo thing to talk about when a bunch of content creators were like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in PoE2. Everyone's just going to pause for every fight. Man, I was like, what are they talking about? I cannot wait to be able to pause like a game, because I haven't been able to do that in an ARPG since Diablo 2 if you're playing single player. Like, Diablo 3, you couldn't do it. The mods I play, you can't do it unless you're playing single player. Being able to play online and pause the game is such a quality of life feature. It's probably my favorite thing about Path of Exile 2, which is, it's funny to say, but it is something that I'm going to have a really hard time adjusting when I go back and play a game that doesn't have the pause button.
Holy crap, man. Yeah. I went back to PoE1 for the Legacy of Freesia event.
Yeah.
I almost died at least 6 times because I thought I was pausing. My daughter would be running up from her bed, and I'd hit escape, and I'd start to move, and I'd look just back at my PC. Out of the corner of my vision, I see my health bar dropping to 10%. And I'm like, oh! And
so you're playing hardcore too on the event league?
Yeah.
No.
I cleared it for the first time ever, though. So I got level 80. So heck yeah. But I almost died multiple times. So thank goodness for PoE2 pause. I'm with you, man. It was like the whole discourse around that. I feel like it started as, oh, we don't want to be able to pause on pinnacle bosses, but then it was like, oh, there's so many other abuse case scenarios and everything. And yeah, there was kind of a crusade against it. They did change it so you can't pause on pinnacle bosses, even though it like says your game is paused when you pause, which led to a hilarious death from Quinn69
the first time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He the trial boss, Trial de Sekima, he died while he had the menu up. He thought he was pausing it, and he got booped. Oh my gosh. So
it was the time trial part of it where you have to go and collect the things.
Yeah, from Zarok.
Yeah. I remember that clip.
It's so good. So I'm also big pause fan here. Number 2 feature for me. I gotta say, dude, number 1, WASD. How do you use WASD or point to click? I'm curious.
So
I got
20 years of muscle memory, point to click. I can't. I can't do WASD, but a feature of WASD has made its way to how I play the game, and it is the fact that I started the league on a Deadeye. I think it's important to talk like contextually, like how my experience was when I started. I started softcore trade. I started on a Ranger and a Deadeye, and being able to shoot and move at the same time, a feature that was born of WASD, but you can still do on point and click, mouse and keyboard, is something that I've been looking for in an ARPG for as long as like I can remember. It is such a fun way to play, and I'm sure that it would be even better if I converted to WASD. I just can't do it. I tried. I'm telling you, I tried, but I could not do it. And but I am able to point and click, and I feel like emulate almost exactly what a WASD would feel like. And being able to move and shoot on a Ranger build is it's the most fun I've ever had playing a build. I absolutely loved that build in that class, and it is thanks to WASD that I can say that.
Yeah, I want that ability, honestly, on as many different class or weapon types as possible. I'm still insistent. That's why, for example, the warrior and the mace archetype feels a little because there's so much movement built into every other currently available weapon. You know, with quarterstaffs, you've got Ice Strike and you're bouncing everywhere with foes. With Tempest Flurry, you're literally walking around. You're moving faster than you can move with regular movement speed a lot of the times with some builds, right? And then with every spell and ranger ability or bow ability, you're moving. It's great. So I feel like that's why Mace falters a little bit. Have you played anything else besides Ranger and the Deadeye, or just that one?
I've got my Deadeye to 95, and now
Wow.
I've have a Blood Witch at 96. So I've actually surpassed the Deadeye, but it's just because I don't die on the Blood Witch. Like I died a lot on the Deadeye, and I definitely played that a lot more. The Blood Witch is it's like the auto bomber choir build, and I just wanted to try it out. Like I'm new. Relatively new to Path of Exile in general.
I was going to ask about that because you played Path of Diablo, so like you'd never played PoE, or you tried it?
I played PoE right when it launched, and it was rough. Like I feel like a lot of people don't remember. Like it was a pretty I don't know, it was a rough game. I didn't enjoy it very much. Like right when it launched, but I started playing Path of Diablo, and there was a lot of buzz around Path of Exile. So I was like, let me go back and let me try it and see what's changed since then. And I was blown away. I mean, it was so good, and I had so much fun playing it. I just wanted to learn. And as I was learning, I realized I learned how much I still have to learn in order to like get a mastery of the game that I'm comfortable with. I like to play a game. I like to learn it inside and out. And I like to have a general mastery of the games that I play. Right. And it just felt overwhelming. It felt daunting. It felt like something I could never overcome in the amount of time that I was willing to give it. And wow, it's still very enjoyable. I've gone pretty hard in like 2 separate leagues of PoE1. I'm still like that still means you're relatively new to the game, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's curious that you say that, because that's one of the primary reasons I really ended up enjoying Path of Exile, is because I was always learning, and I always felt like I had so much to learn. In every league, I would try to master just some different aspect of the game. And that was so much more enjoyable to me than all the other games I had played in the past, except Dota 2. Which also, I feel the same way. You constantly learned in that game. And that goes back to your point about the dad gaming and the casual gaming. I feel like people who kind of dismiss Path of Exile as this game for people who, you know, really want a sweaty, complex challenge. I don't think that's necessarily fair. And same saying, like, dads just don't want to think. I feel like it's just this like mindset, you know? If you're someone like yourself who like likes to learn and teach, or myself, you're going to love games like that, because it's going to be like an endless trove, right? Yeah. Your brain is constantly going to be turning, and at times you can turn off your mind, but if you want to learn, it's always there. And that's so much fun with this sort of game. And I feel like PoE2 is kind of the same way, but I don't want to say soft reset, like a medium reset, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot that's new and missing that you can learn over time now for yourself. Do you feel that way?
There's a couple things you talked about that I want to touch on. Yeah. I think a really important thing that you mentioned was for PoE1, the fact that people think it's this complex game, and you know, it's not. Like like I don't want to offend Path of Exile players. It's not a complex. It's not hard to understand. Like it doesn't take a high IQ to figure out what's going on. There's just so much content, and there's so much to learn. It's a matter of, do I have the time to learn the stuff? Not, can I learn it? Anyone can learn anything that is happening in PoE1. It's not that complex. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult, right? It's just 13 years of development, and they love to keep things in that they've introduced, and they're so ambitious, and they've tried so many things, and it's just grown and grown and grown. That's the tough part. It's overwhelming in the sense that there's just so much. Not that it's that difficult. It's just a lot, and I can understand why that is overwhelming for people. But I think sometimes it's construed to be this incredibly difficult game, and it's not that, in my opinion. But and then PoE2, I think, and this also, like, I don't want to offend people, but I
do
feel
it,
like
man. Do it.
PoE2, I feel like PoE1 was the beta test for PoE2 because it feels like they are, like, the mechanics that they chose to bring over to PoE2 from PoE1 are some of my favorite mechanics. Like Breach, Ritual was my first league that I went really hard in. I loved it.
league.
I had so much fun doing Ritual. They're all mechanics where you're just blasting the whole time, and I'm playing an ARPG. I want to kill monsters, and I want to feel strong, and I want to blast. Like, that should be what an end game ARPG feels like. And Path of Exile 1 felt like some of the stuff they introduced was really good and definitely, like, fit that theme, and then some of the other stuff was maybe a little out there, but you don't get Ritual League without getting, maybe a less popular league. I can't think of off the top of my head. I haven't played that much, but
Like
it
a
pays to be
Calandra.
ambitious. Yes, sure. I'm glad that they left some of the stuff in PoE1 that I didn't really enjoy, and everything that they brought over so far has been great. All the things that I like are great. The problems that I have with PoE2 are not in, like, what we are able to do. It's kind of just like the tediousness of certain things, and like risk reward things like that. But I feel like having a bit of a baseline knowledge of PoE1 has set me up pretty well for PoE2. I feel like there's not much in the game currently that I don't have a great understanding on. Maybe like a class that I've never played, but it is a much more simplified version of PoE1, and that doesn't mean that it's bad. There's something that can be said for beauty in, like, simplicity. Like, you don't need to have this huge, like, I don't know, like, congregation of all these different things that has grown and grown and grown, and that's kind of what PoE1 has become. And it's like, let's trim the fat. Let's just include the banger mechanics and all the cool things from PoE1. We'll call it PoE2. Give it a graphics redesign, and it'll be simple. And it feels very simple, very straightforward, very like everything is more intuitive. It's not the best for intuitive and new players, but it is a lot better than PoE1. And a lot of the game just makes sense to me. I don't know, having never played PoE2, I play it and it makes sense. I know what I'm supposed to do at all times, and that's not a feeling that I have when I play PoE1. I feel lost a lot of the times. I think what you said, like mastering one thing a season, is a very smart way to approach it. Otherwise, you'll get overwhelmed and feel like I do sometimes. So that's a long-winded answer. Feel free to stop me at any point. I tend to get overexcited and I shoot off at the mouth. So and correct me also if I say something incorrect about the games. I'm not as knowledgeable as you, but
I'll always leap in.
Feelings.
No, I'll always leap in, man. I do want to play a little bit of devil's advocate here with what you said. And the mechanics currently in Path of Exile 2 from Path of Exile 1 are simple. Kill monsters in circle, or kill monsters in expanding circle, or kill monster that is frozen in place, right? They're all very basic. They're all blasting a monster pack. And there's two things I want to touch on here. Let's touch on this one first. I think the reason those are currently in Path of Exile 2, because those are the simplest mechanics to port over from Path of Exile 1. And their grand plan is to bring all that stuff from Path of Exile 1 to Path of Exile 2 by the launch of Early Access, with a Path of Exile 2 coat of paint. And I'm with you with the beauty and simplicity, right? But I understand your point of view on that, but I'm also a bloat lord. Man, I love the bloat. I thought it was so cool. There was so much in the game, and you could ignore it. You could ignore huge swaths of it. Like I said, I just focus on one thing, and man, next season, I can go into Delve and try Delve out, or Heist, or try Heist, or maybe I'll do this Harbinger strategy, right? It was very cool. The thing I think the problem with Path of Exile 1 is there is terrible introductions or tutorialization to the mechanics so everyone feels like you, or worse, you step in and you're like, what the actual hell? Now, we're just going to group the people into two types. There are people who say, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. This is horrible. I don't want to play a game like this. And then there's people like, oh, this is my sandbox. Oh, this is amazing. This is so cool. And they become completely addicted. I feel like they can toe a middle ground in Path of Exile 2 if they're smart about the implementation of these mechanics. If they properly tutorialize them, if they properly like bucket them off into their areas of the game, and when you interact with them, it makes sense. But they have to do that well. Right now, man, I'm a little shaky on my confidence in them, and we can talk about that in a moment. I just want to get your take on that fact. Do you think that would just be a net negative for the game if they do end up porting all these years of mechanics that bloated the game, without a doubt, but they still added, tremendous content to the game, and I think they can be enjoyable experiences in PoE2. I totally get the other opinion though. What do you think?
It really depends on the implementation, I think, of those mechanics. PoE2 right now compared to PoE1, and please correct me like on anything that I say that is incorrect or maybe a misunderstanding. But the way that the Atlas works in PoE1, it almost encourages you to ignore certain mechanics so that you can boost the mechanics that you want to do and choose to do, or you make a build that specifically caters to those mechanics.
Very fair.
Whereas in PoE2, you kind of do everything. And it incentivizes you to do everything. You can't really have a build that's only good at clearing maps. You need to be able to clear bosses too if you want to juice those maps up with your Atlas in PoE2. You're running maps that have multiple mechanics on it all the time, and you want to be able to get the rewards from having those mechanics boosted. Otherwise, you are not farming efficiently. Now, if you're going to include content in your game just for it to be ignored, then I think that you should reevaluate like how valuable that content is to your game, and whether or not it warrants bringing it over. But I think options are never a bad thing. Like, play the way you want to play, but I think it would be very important to focus on mechanics that are true to like the nature of an ARPG. And I don't think that there are many that are not like that in PoE1, but like creature collector. Like, if I play an ARPG, am I trying to play a creature collector? If I want to play a creature collector, I'll go play Pokemon. Or and even in PoE2, it's like the world map, which I don't hate the world map, but I think it could be better. But it's like, if I want to play Civ, I'll go play Civ. If I want to play an ARPG, I just want to play an ARPG and I want to blast. I want to be in my maps. I don't want to have to spend a ton of time planning every point on my Atlas map. I do it because it's the most efficient way. But like, if I want to play a board game, I'll play a board game. If I want to play an ARPG, I'll play an ARPG. And that's why I love everything that they brought over. Options are never a bad thing. And even if they port over everything, the way that I'm looking at it now is that if I stay on top of PoE2 and I play every season as they bring stuff on, then it will be so much less of a chore or a burden to learn these mechanics one at a time, two at a time, as they are slowly introducing them over the course of this early access. If they plan on launching the game with everything, then I can learn it over time. But if I were not playing early access and then I came in right at launch and I had all of these things and you had to do all of them because you do in PoE2 right now, you can't ignore any mechanics really. You could, but it would not be beneficial to you. In at least anything that like spawns in your maps. You want to fill out your Atlas. You want to be able to kill bosses. You want to be able to clear maps. You kind of have to do a little bit of everything in PoE2, whereas you could ignore that stuff in PoE1 and it wouldn't really affect you. It works very differently in PoE2 from how I understand it.
It does. No, the Atlas is a very different design in Path of Exile 2, as are the Atlas trees. In Path of Exile 1, it's an all-together tree. Whereas in Path of Exile 2, you get separate trees, separate points for each tree. So you can decide what you do with each of these side mechanics. And everything you just said, Lucky, bang on, completely right. I could not disagree with you more, though, on the opinion aspect of it. And you said something that's really funny, and that's exactly what I wanted to get into next. These mechanics that are currently in Path of Exile 2 Endgame are typical ARPG mechanics. They are, what should be in an ARPG. And I feel like that was the magic of Path of Exile that initially captured me. The fact that when I first started playing, it was Blight League, and it was a tower defense game. I've never even played tower defense. What the hell is that? What is happening right now? It's cool. Actually, this is kind of cool. Oh, if you can use this strategy, and they implemented it in this real cool way. Oh, there are bosses in the towers now. Oh, this is so cool. And then the next league was Metamorph, and you were constructing your own boss. What the actual hell? You can do that in an ARPG? That's so cool. And then they just kept going and going and going. We've got my girl Oshabi right here with Harvest, where the OG Harvest, dude, you had a literal massive crop, and you were playing, I've never played it, Factorio in Path of Exile and killing monsters. I love that so much. And it's just, there are so many people who don't. Those leagues are so divisive. Those mechanics are so divisive. And I still like that they add them into the game. And in Path of Exile 1, they're optional. You're right. And in Path of Exile 2, the way it's designed, I don't know how that would necessarily work, dude. It's just not, I don't see how that would mesh with the current Atlas system and the random spawning of mechanics. And the way you get mechanics on your maps, if they're not already randomly on your map, are towers. And those are random too, unless you run the certain maps in the radius of the tower to eliminate the bad map. Like, it would be so tedious. It would be bad. Like, it's not like that in Path of Exile 1. And I totally get your point. And a lot of people agree with you. All my friends would agree with you too. They're like, they should just toss out all the Path of Exile 1 stuff and only do new Path of Exile 2 content. Just not even do anything from Path of Exile 1. What would you think about that if they literally just said, okay, actually, we're adding the campaign, we're adding all the classes, and we're starting 1.0, brand new Path of Exile 2 league. No other mechanics from Path of Exile 1. What would you think about that?
I think that would be an absolutely terrible idea. My whole thing, and the comment that I said earlier that I thought might upset people was that I think Path of Exile 1 was the beta test for Path of Exile 2. I want them to take everything they've learned from PoE 1, all the things that people love and enjoy and like, and make it better and streamline it and put it into PoE 2. As long as one person likes it, sure, put it in. Don't make me have to do it.
Yeah,
that would be one thing. Like, don't make me have to play the game the way you want me to play it.
Yeah.
Like, that you give me this world, let me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But some things are unavoidable, like the Atlas map and having to go through the map. Like, that is a function that they are forcing on me to interact with in order to play the game the way I want to play. And there are different ways that you can implement this. I think PoE 1 has done a great job of implementing it the way that you love and why everyone loves Path of Exile 1. And to not use that history and that knowledge and everything you've gained from PoE 1, all the years of development, would be a total miss. And they should learn everything they can from PoE 1, one of the most revered games and ARPGs of all time. But I think just make it prettier, make it simpler, make it or just easier to understand, maybe is the term that I'm looking for, rather than simpler. Just give the onboarding, make it a little bit easier for people to understand. And that's what I want. But don't make me make me interact with things that aren't, I guess, like the nature of an ARPG if I don't have to, if I don't want to. That's it.
Yeah, like heist and stuff like that. I don't even touch that in Path of Exile 1, right? But people, they live in there. They just don't. They go in the Rogue Harger when League starts and they don't come out. I can't fathom that life, but to each their own, to each their own. I'll link that clip to my friends when they ask me about why aren't they just doing new stuff for PoE 2 next time. So, okay, the other thing, Lucky, that I wanted to talk about. How ARPGs should play. Because this has been just a topic of discussion for so long now. Lots of people comparing Path of Exile 2 gameplay as it stands right now as being too Souls-like. Do you agree with that? Have you played Souls games? Because I haven't played a lot. I've watched a lot. I've played under 15 hours. What do you think about the comparisons to Souls games?
I have not played Souls games. I've watched one of my roommates in college played a ton of Dark Souls 3, and I watched him play that, and it was a lot of dodge rolling and chugging flasks and long boss fights, and these are some of the things that I initially like think of when I think of a Souls like. And I think the feedback that I was getting as I was going through the campaign was this feels very much like that. When people are going through the campaign, they're not used to this feeling of more of sort of a slower pace, having to dodge a lot in order to learn to avoid attacks. You do a boss fight a couple of times, you learn the mechanics of the fight, and then you best it, and then that's kind of the cycle for Souls likes and how a lot of people approach the campaign in PoE2. And I think that comparison makes sense to me. Haven't played Souls like, so can't really say for sure, but that makes sense. But the end game is the end game is PoE1. The end game is like any other ARPG you've ever played where you're just blasting. And, so that has nothing to do with a Souls like game. Here's
a big question for you, because in the lead up to Path of Exile 2's release, the press, right, and all the talks from Grinding Gear Games, you know, when others are talking to Jonathan, when I spoke to Jonathan, when they were doing presentations, they were big focus on, one, you know, de-bloating Path of Exile 1, but two, resetting the power scaling of characters back to early Path of Exile 1 levels in preparation for another 10, 15, 20 years of content, right? And they didn't want players to instantly become uber powerful, you know, that first league, right? That's not their goal. And they wanted the progression to be slow. They wanted combat to be a little bit more methodical, right? Which is what you're describing, like the campaign, it's grittier. You're dodging boss abilities. You're learning the fights. You're needing to move more slowly because the game punishes you. It's a little bit more of a war of attrition. And then, end game, you blasted. You know, the builds are insane. The power levels are crazy. And a lot of people in the community want to see that campaign feel extended further into the game. They want that feeling of I'll take a stand. I would love to see that feeling extended later into the game and have that feeling of, oh my God, I'm a god occur, but at a smoother level. Cause like, I feel like I achieved it pretty quickly. You know, just I layer a few defenses on top. I use a powerful ability. I'm a monk, so maybe all of my stuff is discounted. I'm using quarterstaffs, but I use a powerful ability, and I'm zooming. I'm going through everything. I'm cutting through stuff like butter. Bosses don't last very long. What are your thoughts on that? Do you enjoy the blasting experience, or would you also enjoy like a more methodical, more campaign sense, longer? Eventually, it's gone, but it's there for longer.
I love the campaign of Path of Exile 2, and I do sort of like miss it. I've leveled another character and I did a twinked run, so I really didn't get that same feeling as I did from the first playthrough.
Yeah.
But as an ARPG player, I have this like need, and I have this like inner desire to always be blasting and going as fast as I can. So if there is like a level set, an expectation of this is how fast you can go, that's what I need to do. That's just how I need to play the game.
Right.
I don't know that I'm enjoying it any better or worse. It could be a much slower pace, but as long as I know that I'm achieving that fastest pace of the much slower, grittier game, I would be just as happy, I think. I don't think that PoE2 is completely lost in that sense. Like, I think what you are looking for, what you're desiring, and what I think I would enjoy too, and probably a lot of other people, probably comes down to balance at the end of the day. Like, I don't see anything in the end game that says like this is how it is always going to be. Like, it's the first season of the game. I mean, season, whatever. It's early access. It's not even the first season. Like, there are going to be balance issues that
Preach.
I think they are going to get stamped out. And as long as the vision hasn't changed, which I'm not as up to date on like the developers' thoughts as you, but I don't think that it has. Then these are all things that I assumed would get fixed in like balance patches. What surprises me
Oh.
is that, and
Oh.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, is I say season because they're almost treating it like seasons. They're not just patching the game like as it's an early access game. I don't know why they are so hesitant to make changes to the game to get the end result that they are desiring from out of the game. They're so worried about feedback from the players or people being upset that the build that they're playing isn't as fast as it was before, but there needs to be some level of like expectation in an early access game that, you know, things are going to change early and often, frequently. That's the whole point of it. So the fact that they've taken this stance that they're only going to do patches every season of early access is a very strange thing to me, and I don't really understand why they took that approach. But curious to hear your thoughts on that, or if you agree, disagree.
Oh, bro. So first of all, the reason I asked you, and you said, oh, the developers probably haven't changed their stance. They've done one interview since early access launched with DM and Ghazi. And in that interview, they were kind of asked about, oh, you know, this game changes a little bit when you get to endgame. And this is when we're seeing people one-shotting the Arbiter of Ash, the pinnacle, right, with one spark, right? And they're like, you know, it's got some stuff to alter, but it's pretty good. It's not. What we really need to change is like, okay, we need to have better questing than just, okay, do 5 or do 10 T1 maps, do 10 T2 map, blah, blah, blah. That's what they pivoted to instantly, which made me like maybe they have changed their thoughts. Maybe this grand idea that they had of a more methodical game where the campaign is spaced, or that campaign feel is spaced out to endgame, isn't really possible in a game like Path of Exile 2, wherein you have so much access to different avenues of scaling your power. And once that's in the hands of smart people like yourself, it's just, people are going to trivialize it very fast, right? They're going to be really powerful. Like you said, you're always going to go for the most efficient way. So it's a fellow creator. His name is Snoobe85. He released an awesome video kind of about this, where he showcased a Diablo 3 Uber boss from vanilla D3. And he was like, you know, this is kind of what I imagined Path of Exile 2 would be. He brought up the clip, and he is playing one of the most powerful characters at that current time against the hardest content in the game. And it's like a 5-minute long extended melee. Like it's a long fight. I didn't really think it looked like a cool fight, but you know, there weren't a lot of like cool mechanics going on or anything. But like in Path of Exile 2, that'd be great to have as the baseline for a lot of people. I think that's just my experience. Instead of the best way to deal with bosses is to insta delete them, and we can do that pretty darn easily in the current state of things.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like the feel Jonathan, Mark, and the entire GGG team is going for.
If you notice, there was one part where I say this now because I want you to I hope that this brings you relief, but and you may not have seen it, or it was quick and you may not have noticed it, but it was something that I really took to heart. Jonathan he seemed very disappointed that like the first Arbiter fights that people saw and streamed were just getting one shot, and that makes me think that is not obviously like that is not how they want the game to play and function. And that like he seemed so like I couldn't wait to share this fight with the world. I wanted you guys to appreciate it, and the fact they just dropped was of like air being let out of the balloon for us. So I hope that you will get what you want, and that brings me solace was seeing that reaction from Jonathan during that same interview, I think.
Yeah, it was that interview. And the thing, now I wasn't paying attention to the race, and I don't know if this is exactly what happened, but due to the way the Arbiter is like found, getting to him could take so stupid long that you're so powerful at that point. Or was that not what happened? I don't know what actually happened, because it's like RNG based. You had to find the citadels, and people weren't finding citadels. And like by the time my friend, who his last ARPG was Diablo 3 in 2012, loved PoE2, created Infernalist build with the Ice Mage minions. By the time he first found Tier 0 Arbiter, he was level 91, and he deleted Arbiter in less than a second. He streamed it on Discord, and we were all like, oh, here we go. Oh, he's finally going to face Arbiter. Let's see if he can do the hallway phase. Let's go. And fight started. He froze Arbiter and killed him. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like wondering, is that not even a character power thing? That's a progression thing. Like, oh my gosh, people are finding this pinnacle when they're already dealing millions of damage, right? You said it earlier, man. It's all balance. I think a lot of it is balance, and it goes back to the fact, GGG, why are you not balancing during early access? Just do it. They pitched this. They were like, we're going to do patches every 2 weeks. We're going to squash shit. This is when we're going to fix the game. And then there was some outrage on social media. Yeah, they did. They said it right before. And then there was people pissed that their builds were breaking. And here's the key. They were breaking, and there were no like free refunds. And this is when refund like costs were astronomical, and people were still in that mindset or that early progression. So they don't have a lot of gold either. Right now I have 9 million gold. I can reset anytime I want, any character 500,000 times. But back then people didn't have that. And so a lot of these players aren't playing a lot, and GGG, I think, didn't want to give free resets because they don't want to set that expectation of getting free resets for when the full game comes out. But then that logic doesn't cross, though. That's the thing. Like, when the full game comes out, you're also not going to be doing balance patches every 2 weeks, because you've never done that in Path of Exile 1. Diablo doesn't do that. Last Epoch doesn't really do that. So, I don't know. I feel like there's some other thoughts going in there. Like, players playing and stuff. I don't know. If I were GGG,
go for it. and this is an early access, I would want people to break everything, make respecs free, so people can try everything and break everything, and then you can fix it. Like, I understand not wanting to set the expectation of like you can just respec for free, but so make it known, make it right out there make it obvious, like this will not be a free feature going forward. We want you to break the game. Please break the game. They can incentivize you. Maybe whoever reports the most broken things gets a cosmetic or something. Like, make it obvious that that's what you're trying to do, because that's the point of early access. That's at least my understanding. Like, that's how early access should go. So like, I didn't have a build that got nerfed. So I never really felt that, but I could understand the frustration, obviously, for like, you're playing something and then now it sucks. Like, and not only is it bad, but I watched some people, they weren't able to farm the most trivial content with the build anymore. And that is a overcorrection, in my opinion. And when you can't even farm enough to respec yourself, that is an overcorrection in my opinion. But it is what it is. And they're kind of, I guess, just a little scared to be maintaining those updates. But yeah, it was a strange decision.
Right. Yeah, I wonder if they'll reverse it. I'm gonna do my best to kind of pitch it to them again in a public format when I chat with Jonathan. I'm gonna be like, hey, so that decision you made, any chance you can reverse that, bro? Come on. we want to see stuff broke. Like, it's also not like we want to see stuff nerfed. It's like you said, a lot of people will gravitate toward the best builds, and then it kind of it snuffs out creativity. Right now, the meta, they released that stat showcasing, the split of ascendancies, all that, right? You've got invokers, you've got Deadeyes, you've got Stormweavers, right? Because what do we got? We've got, and what's the other? Gemling Legionnaire. We have people using Quarterstaff, stat stacking with Ice Strike and Tempest Flurry. We have, I think, Lightning Arrow is also very strong with Deadeye. And then we have Spark, Archmage. Boom. That is what people are gravitating toward. And people aren't really trying to go outside the box and push other players to, like, build creators aren't trying a ton of new stuff or anything. They've kind of settled. They're like, oh, well, this is just busted beyond belief. Nothing else is happening. I'm moving on for the league. That happened with a lot of people I know. They're like, man, this is really discouraging that they're not changing this. So hopefully they'll reverse it. I'm having fun doing my stupid shit. I don't play anything overpowered. I'm doing a terrible non-stat stacking monk with Tempest Flurry. Takes me like 4 minutes to kill Arbiter of Ash. It's really fun. It's good. So fun. Have you killed Arbiter?
You're playing the game that you want to play. There you go.
Exactly. Have you killed Arbiter?
Yeah, I set some pretty lofty goals for myself in PoE2, and as of today, I just achieved my last goal, which was to make an item that was mirror worthy and have someone mirror it. So that happened today. Yeah.
Dude,
so
congrats.
It was kind of fun, like goal I had set, but yeah, I played pretty hard into end game. So I've got like
you're busting stuff.
Yeah, like multiple mirrors like worth of stuff, and I've got between my two characters, I've got like 2 million kills now, or I'm getting close to like 2 million kills on both of the characters combined.
Wow.
The reason I played the Blood Witch was to play the the auto bomber build. I was saying that like I'm playing all the busted stuff because I want to learn the interactions of the game. Like ARPGs, the most important thing that you can understand is how things are interacting with each other and with the game. And so I took it upon myself through this like learning experience. I'm treating the EA like a learning experience. It's one of the reasons why I haven't made any videos is like I want to learn everything that I can about the game before I go out and make videos as well. Like I'm just enjoying learning the game. So I'm playing all the busted stuff. I want to learn about all these interactions so that when they get nerfed, they obviously will, I'll be able to like see the trends of things or spot the patterns in the future for potentially like other like future build creation from my part, because I enjoy that part of the game. But not having like the vast knowledge of PoE1 leaves me a little bit behind. But there's been some really intelligent Path of Exile players that I've learned a great deal from and have helped me with my builds even as well, that I've just been soaking up all that information that I can get from these people who are just so knowledgeable about the game. It's really great.
I saw on one of your last streams, I think you made a tweet about it, saw a big Path of Exile build creator hopped into your chat and was helping you out. Do you want to shout out or no name drop?
Yeah, it was Fubgun. I don't know that like he did it to get recognized or anything, so I didn't want to put his name out there. But
that's really nice.
He has been so nice to me, man. Like I started playing Deadeye. I was my chat guided me towards the right people to learn from, because I like to learn. And Fub was the name that I received. I didn't know anything about him, but I've learned from him, and he's been popping into my streams and helping me out with my builds too. And just for someone as large as him, such a big creator, so knowledgeable about the game, spends so much time like playing the game, learning the game, for him to take the time out of his day to help me, and he helps everyone. Like he's just such a great source of knowledge. It really meant a lot to me. So I really appreciated that. And you hear this like back and forth between the PoE community and the Diablo community. Like people want you to think that we don't like each other or something. Like I have nothing against Path of Exile, the game, or the other players of Path of Exile. Like I just love playing ARPGs, and I don't know if the other side feels the same. So for him to do that, it felt like an olive branch. It felt like a welcome to the community. Let me help you out. Let me get you going. Yeah. And I can't say enough good things about that guy. And it's just been it's been a great learning from him, and with him and his community, and that was who it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome of Fub to do that. He loves Lightning Arrow. He is a massive fan. Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2, and I think he put out a video today like how to farm 5 mirrors in a day. The dude is like the ultimate efficient grinder in both games. So
Yeah.
that's so awesome that he hopped into chat to help you with that build.
Yeah.
And that you're so right about the communities like not hating each other. Zero hate. Like, it was so cool to see everybody like really from Diablo to be really excited about the PoE2 launch. You know, we even got the tweet from Rod Ferguson, you know, about the launch, the positive one. That was really cool, right? Just come together. It's totally fine. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were gonna say something. I cut you off.
I lost my thought.
Oh, that's totally fine. That's good. Was the launch of PoE2 the first time you played it, or had you played it beforehand?
I didn't have a chance to play it beforehand.
Okay.
No.
Did you like start on launch day, or did you give it some time before you started? You did?
I started on launch day.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, I was playing Deadeye. Like, I did die a lot in the campaign, but it was just like I was just going too fast, I think. Like, I wasn't used to the pace that I needed to for PoE. But I had relatively little problems with the campaign on the Deadeye. I felt like it was a pretty strong class, whereas a lot of my friends and chat were really struggling based on like again, like, this is why I say what build I played, because I think it really like dictates the experience that you had when on launch day when items were a little bit more scarce. People didn't know builds. Like, there were a ton of builds theory crafted out there, but what was going to be good, what was going to be strong, and a lot of people struggled. The Deadeye had no trouble at all with the campaign. I felt like I did breeze through it. Yeah, I say that with 100 deaths, but it was fun. It was enjoyable. It felt very balanced. I was surprised that GGG reacted so quickly to people complaining about like the drops and a couple other things, where it felt like these were almost like core values of the game that they expressed that they wanted in PoE2. And it was like a day 2 or day 3 patch where people were complaining that just items weren't dropping enough, and they patched it, and then you end up dropping like a ton more items. But now we get into endgame and your screen is just completely filled with items again, when I thought that like part of the thing that they wanted was that, you know, you shouldn't have to use a loot filter for our game, like PoE2. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that would be impossible. Maybe if they kept the drop rates what they were originally, but I don't know. It probably still would have gotten out of control. But for them to backtrack so quickly was surprising to me that they would do that, because I felt like, at least from their reputation, they come up with these ideas, they make you stick out with it for at least a little bit, if it's something that they truly believe in, before they go and revert it and change it. And I felt like I was surprised that they changed so quickly on that, but I'm glad that they didn't with like rarity, because everyone was complaining about rarity. Like, everyone. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? What's the problem with rarity? It was the worst thing in the game. And then all of a sudden, nobody was talking about it anymore. And it's like the problem just completely went away, and nobody talks about it. Nobody brings it up. But it was such a hot button issue first, and so many creators talked about it. So many people were like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in PoE2. Why did they bring this back? And now it's like not even talked about like anymore. And it's just funny because the devs were just like, what are you guys talking about? Like, rarity's fine. in their interview with DM and Gazzy, and it is fine. Like, it wasn't a big deal, but people were just complaining on it. So I'm glad that they don't just cave to public pressure all the time. But I don't know. Those are some of like my early impressions of the game and like those first couple days. But I did play on launch. I think then I like had to break for a couple days, and then I've been playing ever since. Like ever since launch, really. It's the only RPG I played since PoE2 launched, and I've loved every second of it, honestly. Like, there are some things that I changed, but overall, it's just a game that makes sense. It's fun, it's beautiful, and I've just enjoyed learning it and playing it.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe they changed the drops that fast. I was to the hate and anger of my chat or the comments on my YouTube videos. I was like, I don't think they should have changed the drops. I think they should have left them the way they were, because I got to endgame, dude, I instantly had to put on a loot filter. It was so bad. There's no way you can play without a loot filter. So I think that was a bit of a snap decision because there was so much, once again, it was public outcry over it. There were lots of creators who had already been at Endgame and they're blasting. They're like, yeah, I don't think there's enough stuff. We need like more stuff dropping now. And people in the campaign were like, yeah, and there's nothing dropping in the campaign. So it was like magnified all throughout. I thought that was like the intention though. Even in Endgame, I thought items were supposed to be more scarce. And once they've let that genie out of the bottle, like you can't put it back in. It's going to be that way until the end of time. Now, the campaign, I was curious, before we get into like a rapid fire round of questions. Game in the background right there, I see Diablo 2. Obvious inspirations from Diablo 2 and Path of Exile 2's campaign, man. So two things here. One, your favorite, like, just comparisons as they stand now, and any predictions you might have for the future. Because we do know there are 6 acts in PoE2, and I have a spicy prediction for what they're going to do with at least the last act when it comes to Diablo comparisons. Now, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, so yeah, comparisons. It's like Act 1 was this like rogue encampment. Act 1 in Diablo 2 is rogue encampment, like jungle encampment, and literally it's the same thing in PoE2. The first act is the same. It's like the same exact biome. You start out and you're like in a cemetery, which is like also the same as Diablo 2. Then Act 2 is the desert map, which is the same as Diablo 2. It's a desert as well. Act 3 is the jungle, which is again the same as Act 3 in Diablo 2. And then Act 4, I've only seen pictures that you've shared actually of Act 4. I think it's Act 4, but it's like this lava, like I see lava around. I'm assuming it's like the same tiles that they use in like the Forged map, because that's the only time I've seen like that biome in the game right now in PoE2.
It's an island hopping act. So there's a ton of different biomes. It's like a archipelago.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm totally wrong then. I thought I was expecting, like, my prediction would have been that Act 4 in Diablo 2 is hell, basically. Like you're going, that's where you fight Diablo. So I was thinking when I saw the fire in the picture that you had shared, and maybe I was just attracted to that one picture. Maybe you've shared many, but I specifically remember I was like, okay, we're going to, the depths, or we're going to like a volcano or something fiery. I was expecting, but totally off base there. But I don't know. I keep maybe I'm forcing these comparisons to Diablo 2, but it makes me feel good. Like I love that Path of Exile is supposed to be like the spiritual successor to Diablo 2, because I didn't really love Diablo 3, and I'm always looking for something that creates those same feelings to me that Diablo 2 has, and PoE2 all the way has been doing that, and I've really loved it. I have no idea. I don't have many other predictions than that. I couldn't tell you. I don't really have a ton of information. Like I haven't learned a lot on what else is coming, as you could tell. Like I'm just going based on my instinct and what I see from you sometimes. But that's what I was expecting.
Dude, my big guess. Okay, I know what Act 4 and 5 are because they're like in that art book I have in my background there. But Act 6, man, I think we're gonna go to Ray class version of hell. I think you're right about dude.
So it's just happening
because
in Act 6.
because they've not talked at all about Act 6 except this one thing they've said, like Act 6 is unlike anything you've ever seen in Path of Exile 2 before. It's like a race from beginning to end. Dude, I think it's gonna be Act 6, hell or beyond, and we're going to get Diablo in a Path of Exile game. Before Diablo 4. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. There's going to be... the beast is going to like... It's going to kind of... I bet it's going to like look like Diablo. It's going to have like the lightning bolts and the fireball. It's going to have some like classic abilities. Dude, I just expect it, okay? I just think...
That would be so hype.
It would be hype. So...
I love that.
That's my big prediction. Now, other piece of content that's upcoming, man, that I'm really curious about. What was your favorite class in Diablo 2, and which class are you looking forward upcoming in Path of Exile 2? Because there's a lot coming. There's like the Huntress, which is like the spear, the druid, all that stuff. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah. So my favorite class in Diablo 2 was the assassin class, and I would say that there's probably not much in Path of Exile 2 currently that like
Oh.
satisfies kind of what I was doing with the assassin. I'm looking forward to the huntress because I've been sort of like drawn to bow builds as of late. I've been playing a lot of like bow stuff, and
Yeah.
I've been enjoying that. I really like the Deadeye. I'd play it again. I never really played like druid much in Diablo 2. It wasn't one of the classes that I really liked. I think it's a cool fantasy, like a power fantasy, transform and have your wolf companions and stuff. But I've never been much of like a summoner player. I don't even know if a druid is a summoner in PoE2, but I know that you shapeshift at least. And
Yeah.
I've never been like a big like too much of a melee enjoyer.
Ooh.
I'm usually like sorceress, or when I play
Okay.
assassin, it's usually like traps. I'll
Okay.
play a lot of like trap assassin when I play
That's
Diablo 2.
coming. That's coming to PoE
Oh
2.
yeah,
So you might. Oh yeah, there's the shadow. It's in
what's it
Path of
called?
Exile 1. Yep, it's the
Oh,
shadow, traps, claws, and everything. Yep, so
oh
that
yeah, yeah. I've seen
mhm,
claws on the
in the
passive
tree.
tree.
Yep. So they'll
Um,
come. I don't know what they'll
yeah.
look like, but they're coming. They're a trap items. The traps are actually going to be weapons in
Mm,
Path of Exile 2. In Path of
okay.
Exile 1, they were actual skill gems, so it's going to be really interesting to
Huh.
see what they do. We know
In Path of
almost nothing
Exile
about them.
1,
Yeah.
yeah, I played a lot of totem builds, which was kind
Okay.
of like what I could get closest to relate to like a trap build, but maybe I just didn't know. I know there was like those mines you could throw out or something. That was a build in PoE1. I don't know a ton obviously about PoE1, but I was always drawn to totem builds, and I told myself in PoE2 I would not play a totem build because I want to learn something else. Like it was my crutch. I always
Respectable.
fell back on totem builds in PoE1, and I was able to do everything in the game. Like I did all the Uber bosses with it, but it felt almost like too easy or not enough of a challenge, and I wanted to try something different. So I'll play melee. I'm gonna try everything really in PoE2.
Yeah.
I've just been enjoying like learning the different builds. But those are some of my favorites. I think
Awesome.
spear could be cool for the
Yeah.
huntress, like a Javazon kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Melee and range. Like there's footage of it from 2021 when they first released it. Man, the way it weaves into melee combat and then back out and all the different abilities looked good in 2021 without WASD movement or moving while
Yeah.
attacking. I can
Oh.
only imagine now. Oh, I'm excited. I'm hoping that's coming in point two. So we'll see. I'm eager to hear this release date for 0.2 because we obviously have Last Epoch coming up, and you have played a little bit of Last Epoch. Are you gonna hop into the second season and maybe you try it out, or has Path of Exile 2 stolen your heart, Lucky?
Yeah, that's a great question. Last Epoch. My opinion on Last Epoch is that it was a very fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. It does everything well, but it doesn't do anything great, if that makes sense. Like it is a game that I have trouble finding a flaw with. Like maybe the end game was really what burned me out. Like I only played it on launch. I never played any early access. I played it on launch. I got very far, what I would consider far. Like I got to 750 corruption but it just felt so repetitive, the end game. And I'm sure they've changed it since then, but it wasn't. At some point I was just like, why am I doing this? I turned off my character and I never logged back on to Last Epoch. There's nothing about the game that makes me feel like this is the only game that I can get this feeling from it. But at the same time, I have trouble finding any faults with it. It does everything good. It doesn't do anything great that I can think of. If I had to pick anything, I love what they did with the Circle of Fortune versus the Merchants Guild. I thought that it was a very good solution to
Elegant. Yeah.
like balancing trade and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like to trade, and I think Last Epoch has had a lot of issues with like duping and gold dupes. And when stuff like that happens and it doesn't get fixed, it ruins like I know it shouldn't, but it really like
Oh, it
makes
totally
me
does, man.
feel like my efforts are futile. Like, what am I doing? If people are just duping, I'll never be able to actually reasonably trade for things. because I'm not participating in the duping, and that just kind of ruins like the experience for me. And Diablo 4's had that issue. It's why I quit the last season that I played, and I didn't even play the most current season. They're having the same issues again this season, and it's really disheartening to see that kind of stuff. If it's happening in PoE2, I'm not noticing it. I know there was like a Temporalis dupe.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually a dupe. Like they weren't duping it. They were just
Right.
like duping the instance, I guess, kind
running
of.
it.
Which
and they had to beat
which
it.
they
Yeah.
fixed.
Yep.
And they should have fixed it quicker, but I was able to get a Temporalis for only 30 divs, so I benefited from it. But I will say, like, the fact that they did fix it, I wish like Diablo 4 and Last Epoch were able to fix the issues with duping that they're experiencing, because just play SSF, whatever. I don't enjoy it as much as playing like a trade league, and it does kind of leave a bad taste in my mouth. So I probably won't play the next season of Last Epoch. I just feel like I'd rather be playing Path of Exile too. And like I can't think of anything that I really loved or that I could only get from Last Epoch, but almost the same could almost be said about PoE2. There was a lot of people who were just really hype about the game when it released, and they're saying like PoE2 is revolutionary. And I know you're like big on PoE2 as well, but I don't think that it is revolutionary. Like I think they're just like taking all of the best stuff from PoE1, which was revolutionary. Don't get me. I'm not saying Path of Exile or GGG are not revolutionary developers, because they absolutely are. But PoE2 has not done anything that has been revolutionary. It's just, again, they're doing everything that they did in PoE1, which is all so great, but just better and more beautiful and like and just
feels good,
more simple to understand, and feels good.
That's why I like it. Like,
and there's just they just need to fix some balancing things, like like there's some issues with balancing, and it's not just like strength balancing, but like rewards balancing and all kinds of stuff like that. I have every trust in like the developers to actually like fix it. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Now I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, just in case, watch that trailer that released for season 2 today. It might awaken something inside of you, because they have not released enough. Oh, you did watch it? Well,
after you told me, I watched it.
Oh no. Oh,
and I have
nothing
awakened.
I
don't know if about you, but like after playing PoE2,
Yeah.
I look at other games and they look like mobile games to me.
They do.
I don't know why, but
they do.
Last Epoch looked like a mobile game to me. Diablo 4, I open it up and even Diablo 4 looks like a mobile game to me. I just don't understand how like Path of Exile 2 has sort of ruined some of these games. I don't know how or why or what they did to do it, but I have a hard time like looking at some of these games anymore and getting like hype from a gameplay trailer, because I look at it and I just think this doesn't look as good. I
mean, well, first, Lucky, thank you for the title of the video. I do appreciate that. PoE2 makes all other ARPGs look like mobile games. I can make that shorter and snappier. Maybe if I put like, Diablo 4 mobile game, I don't know, whatever. Okay, I got to talk to you about Diablo 4, man, because I have given that game. I have obviously trashed the game. Okay, in good faith, good fun. Okay, YouTube videos making fun of it just so Asmongold would watch my channel. That's the only reason I made those videos, guys. Just so all of you in the chat know, that's why I made the videos. Because he just would watch any video of mine that said Path of Exile 2, Diablo 4, whoa, and he'd just click on it. So that's cool. That was great. But I've given that game so many chances, Lucky. I have never given another game that many chances. I played it at launch. I played Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, which is the expansion. No, Season 6 for the expansion. This is Season 7. Okay, I logged on to Season 7 after PoE2 launched to get some footage. I mean, you're right. It's like a mobile. I don't get it. I log in. I make a new character. I go into the open world, and there's just projectiles flying everywhere. And I'm trying to like hit something. We're just like killing all the open world monsters. I don't know. It's just, I don't know how I can go and play a game like that. I get that people enjoy it. I just don't. Like, it's weird. So do you feel like that magic is gone? As someone who has made a tremendous YouTube channel, dude, 100K subs, congrats on the play button. Very cool. On Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 Resurrected, all that. Do you feel like you can ever go back to games like that after experiencing PoE2 in early access, the worst form the game will ever be in? It is only going uphill from here. Like, how will you go back, or will you even go back? Curious.
PoE2 has made me rethink my relationship with I think Diablo 4, the game Diablo 4 specifically. When I talk about Diablo, I don't talk about Diablo 2. I will never not like or not play Diablo 2. I still play it. That will never change.
Okay.
Diablo 4, I feel like almost that I was being like gaslit a little bit by like the Diablo 4 development and what was happening. I was so encouraged when Diablo 4 first launched that the devs and everyone were so responsive to the community. Things were broken and they would fix it immediately. Like that, I had never seen that type of relationship with developers, Blizzard, and the community, and just like going hand in hand. And I was so encouraged by that. I said, as long as we keep on top of them, as long as we are working together, and as a Diablo partner, I get to work with the devs and everything, this will be the game that we want it to be. And I was very encouraged by that. I saw many seasons of improvement because I do think the game has gotten better each season, and it's probably in the best state that it has ever been. But sometimes you don't know, like, that's like the grass is always greener. Like, I've just been playing the game for so long, I don't necessarily think of it in relation to the other games. It's like, yes, now that I'm thinking back on it, it's like, yes, the devs are so quick to fix everything, but does every other live service game launch every season where everything is broken and then they have to fix it immediately? Or is that just something that I've been accustomed to and gotten used to from playing Diablo 4? Like, every season, the campaign has some bug in it that you can't advance the quest. The whole seasonal, like, campaign quest, there's at least 9 times out of 10, or in nearly every season, there's been a bug that you can't get past, and it's like, wow, do people not test this? Like, what is going on? Like, I was always so encouraged by the quick responses, but some of the problems, I think back on them, like, how did this launch in this state? I'm just and I don't know if this is common for other live service games, if like every game goes through this, or if and now I'm being like, I'm being too hard on them, but I became accustomed to this cycle of, they'd launch something, everything would be broken about it, and then they would fix it halfway through the season, and then at that point you could play the season that was promised, or the builds that were promised, and it just became the cycle that I really was not excited about trying in the latest season, and I didn't even open it up. Plus, the seasonal mechanic was not a new mechanic; it was a recycled mechanic from previous seasons.
Right, vampires.
Yeah. There's all the duping and stuff is still prevalent, and I just wasn't rushing to experience that again. At least for this season. Like I said, though, they've been improving the game, and I would have to see some major improvements to a lot of features of the game to really have a lot of trust restored. And I'd have to see a couple seasons at least launch without totally game-breaking bugs that don't have to immediately be patched or don't get fixed. Some of them don't get fixed throughout the whole season or halfway through the season. Like, they've tried to fix this Ring of Mendelm 3 or 4 times already this season, and it's still not fixed. And I just... does this stuff just happen, or
Lucky,
what should my expectations be?
Well, Lucky, man, I gotta say, welcome to the Path of Exile community. Okay, seriously, dude. No, totally, man. I hope I know, Flubgum, welcome. That's so awesome. I really hope once you feel ready and like comfortable, as it sounds like you like to be a teacher, like you like to know subject material before you start trying to teach others, not speaking out of your ass. Respectable from someone who sometimes speaks out of his ass. Very respectable. I cannot wait to start seeing your videos about Path of Exile 2, man. I can tell you love the game. You truly do. You sound passionate about it, which sometimes you used to be passionate about, like Diablo 4. kind of faded, right? And now PoE2, that's the latest thing. Come on, man. I want to see those videos. I want to see them pop up on my YouTube feed. Come on. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I love your style of analysis, man. You're very passionate. It's great. Great to have. So
It means a lot. Try.
No,
Thank you for
100%.
saying that. I appreciate it. Yeah, like playing Path of Exile 2, it wasn't for content. It wasn't for any that, like, I'm not some tour, like everyone's been talking about these tourists. Like, I only play ARPGs. I did not come to PoE2 with the intention of just like, I'm gonna do this for content. I just played the game because it's an ARPG and I fell in love with it. That's kind of where I'm at. And as I, when I'm passionate about something, that's when the videos start coming. But yes, you're right. I do like to be a teacher, so I am continuing to learn, and all the information from you and other Path of Exile creators have really helped me out in terms of like learning about the game. Like, I loved your facts. You were doing like one fact a day every day up till launch, and there was a lot of like good info there. And I've learned a lot from the other PoE creators as well, and I'm honored to be welcomed into the community like this, and I'll have to get some videos up. I've got ideas, and I'm looking forward to keep playing Path of Exile. I'm so looking forward to seeing this game evolve, because I see so much potential, and I know the changes are coming. I just can't wait to see what they do. Really.
Ditto, man. Absolutely the same. Now, we are running a little long, so rapid fire section is going to fade away. Dude, no, you do not have to apologize.
I could talk forever about the ARPGs.
We are both yappers, which is good. We're going to have... This was awesome. I would love to chat again after like point 2 comes out, if you're up for it. This has been really chill,
100%.
Really appreciate
100%.
it. Was there anything else, GGG, PoE2, PoE1, D2 that you wanted to chat about before we hop off and call it a day?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. Well, man, Lucky, it has been phenomenal. Thank you so much. Everybody, you can find Lucky's YouTube channel in the description below. I'll post it in the chat as well. It's been an honor. I really enjoyed this. I wanted to get some more like Diablo people too, and I'm glad it sounds like we got a real convert. Woo! Yeah, let's go.
Diablo 4.
Diablo, yes, I know.
But yes, I mean, 100%. I can't see myself stopping playing Path of Exile 2 for anytime soon. I'm just loving the game. So this has been really fun. I love your content, and thank you so much for the opportunity to like talk to you in this format and get some great discussions going. I love the vibe of your channel. I love that you're also in kind of the same boat as me, full-time job, father, and we're going through this journey together. Content creation, Path of Exile 2, and what it's going to evolve into, being parents, and it's fun to have someone else that you're like following along that's going through the same stuff as you. So I've found a lot of solace in like your story, your content, and I'm so happy to see your channel blowing up, because I've been following you for a very long time now, and I think it's well deserved, a long time coming. I hope you see much more success, and I hope that we both get the game that we want here, Path of Exile 2, in the future. So looking forward to that. And thanks again.
You are too kind. What is with you Diablo guys being so kind to me? What the hell is this? Brax was the same way.
Brax is a good guy.
He's a really good guy. You guys are very nice. Dude, are you 27 as well? That'd be too crazy. Don't tell me you're 27.
No. Okay. I'm 34.
Okay, I was gonna say if we were like same age, literally like having daughter, that'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely insane. So, yeah. Are you? By the way, I forgot to ask you. I know you don't do this full time. Is it something that you've ever looked at doing full time ever, or are you kind of like me where you're like family support first? This is a hobby until it like would blow up and it's just so substantially more successful than you could ever dream of, then maybe you'd swap to full time.
It's hard to ever say. It's hard to say that I haven't thought about it. Like, yes, I have. But it's scary. Like I have 2 advanced degrees. I have an MBA. I have a finance degree. I work a job that has been able to provide, very well for my family, and it's hard to leave all of that for this space that, wow, it is my passion. It's what I love doing so much more than anything else. There's nothing I'd rather be doing like than playing an ARPG other than being with family, raising my son.
Right.
Those are given. It would be amazing to be able to make a career out of just doing this. But like there's a level of risk aversion that every person has, and it's just not something that I at this moment am willing to like put all my eggs in one basket. But it is a dream. It is a pipe dream. It's something that I think would be like the best career that a person could have. And all of this and the content creation and while it's all really fun as a hobby, like that all might change if it is my full-time job. So
Right.
I feel like we almost can bring a different aspect or perspective to
Yeah.
our content, because we're not just like, we're not feeding our families off of this.
No.
Like it's
Yeah.
not, I'm not paying my rent. This isn't how I get by day to day. So that doesn't drive anything that I do. It doesn't drive my content. It's the reason why I didn't have to make a Path of Exile video or put out a
Right.
video that I think is substandard to what I'm used to, or the quality that I expect of myself and my videos. I can go a month without putting a video out and it doesn't really affect me. Like I can do what I want. It's a hobby. The number one priority is having fun, like with games. That's what I want to
Yep.
do. And if I'm not doing that, then I feel like I have lost something that I've enjoyed my entire life, which is playing video games. If it becomes a job, it might change that. But
True.
the only way to know is to try it out. So I don't know.
Scary.
It's hard to say like I don't want it, but it does seem like it'd be pretty amazing.
I'm in the same boat, man. Right? It would just be such a swap, and it's so risky because what happens if suddenly, I don't know, GGG goes rogue and they start making crazy changes and nobody plays PoE2, but that's what you enjoy, and you feel like, oh, I gotta follow the audience for my family, but then you freaking hate what you're doing.
I can't do that.
That's the thing, right?
Right.
So it is super tough.
Yeah.
I respect
I'd be
you.
playing D4 right now if that were the case, I'm not saying like, okay, like my channel got very popular from Diablo 4. It would make sense. Like this is logic.
Yep.
Like it would make
It
sense
is.
financially if that was what drove me to be playing Diablo 4, to be making Diablo 4 videos. That's not what drives me.
Right.
Fun, passion,
Fun.
Enjoyment is what drives me, and as long as it's a hobby, it remains that. So I'm able to enjoy Path of Exile too because of that, and that's how I like it right now. And
I love that, man. That's how I feel. That's how like the moment you stop seeing the moment I stop having fun playing like Path of Exile or Path of Exile 2, that is when you stop seeing my videos on my channel, because I'm out. I'm like you. Like if I don't care, if I'm not passionate about it, I'm peacing out. I'm not going to make videos about it. I'll tell everybody, right? So hopefully that doesn't happen. But if you see no videos appear for me, well, that's why I stopped liking PoE2. I just woke up
hopefully
one day.
That never happens.
Right. Hopefully it's got a long lifespan. I'm pretty hopeful. I freaking enjoy it a lot now, and people hate it. So I still love it. I'm still playing every night if I can for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, getting my 2-3 maps in, sometimes. So. All right, man. Well, this has been very, very fun. Thank you so much for chatting, Lucky.
Yeah, thank you again for having me. It's been great. Good luck on your journey, on your hardcore SSF journey, and I guess you're playing another character as well. But I will be following along, and I look to see you maybe get a PB and get the furthest you ever have. So good luck with it.
All right.
I'll talk to you again. Try.
All right.
You have a good night.
All right, you too, Lucky. Talk to you later.
Care.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
All right, chat. W or L? I already know. That was super fun. Oh, it's so sweaty in here. 1 second. Oh, that was very nice. That was very nice. I gotta stand up, you guys. Oh my god. That was lovely. Luciano, by the way. Oh, I didn't ask him about his name. Oh. I've been sitting for a very long time. He and I are like on the same wavelength. Oh. Boss tonight. Final boss. Out. I have my headset off. Oh, that's. Oh. All right, guys, we're doing it. We're doing a few squats. We're getting ready for the dreadnought. Okay, gotta do some squats. Okay. What did I forget? Did I forget something? Oh God, what did I forget? You always forget that. W for sure. Huge W. Humongous W. I forget something? Hey, Bretson. Hey, Cirrus. Asking about the name. I did forget. Oh, big squats. Big squats. Here we go. Okay. All right. We're not going to die. We're not going to die. Totally not going to die. Not going to die. We're going to win. We're going to win, Exiles. It's going to be fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was a really good chat. That was a beautiful chat. Did GGG announce anything while we were talking? Anything? Anything, Exiles? Come on. They totally announced the release date, right? Oh, wait, didn't. No. No, 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 no. The release date's still not out. Come on, GGG. GGG. Okay. I remember first Lucky stream I watched was me and like 3 other guys, and Lucky was coaching us for Uber Diablo play. Oh, you just saw Lucky for the first time. That's awesome. Your muscles have fully converted to jello. Okay. All right. Yeah, totally. Oh. They announced that this is the final product of the game. Okay. All right, Exiles. Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure this is the final product of the game. By the way, if you're on YouTube, I should say this more. If you guys like the video, it really helps out a lot because I am now listing my live streams. I'm not delisting them anymore. So it legit helps a lot if you like the video. Everybody on YouTube. I want to see 200 likes on the video. 200 likes on the video. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me a lot. Please. Okay, that was your daily chill for myself. No, there are not drops. Sorry. Does it say drops in the title? Doesn't say drops in the title. There are drops for last Epoch, if that's what you mean. When that patch comes out. Let me turn my light down. Oh my god, it's so bright. There we go. That's a lot softer. I should have had that light. Look how much softer that light is on me. Oh my god, that was a bit much. All right. Stream element says there's drops. Why does it? Oh, well, if you put in the command that there's drops, it's from the PoE1 thing. Thank you, Kevin. Have a great one. I hope you enjoyed the interview. There was not a drop besides the back piece, guys. Those drops ended. Wait. Does it say it? I didn't advertise it. Yeah, Bretson, I got level 80 in the PoE1 event. Yep. On hardcore for the first time ever. Pretty awesome, yeah? Okay, here we go. Game. We in. Okay, I need to. All right. I think no, it ended, Stubby Toe. It ended earlier today. I thought the armor set looked like poo-poo in PoE2, but it's because it's not currently working properly. All right. Oh, no problem, Stubby Toe. No, dude, I'm here to chat with you guys. You don't need to be sorry for asking me stuff. Don't worry about it, bro. Am I going to compete in the races, Blazeworks, man? I am going to compete. Am I going to win? No, I'm not going to win. All right, guys. We're fine. Oh, thanks, Stubby Toe. You say you're sorry and you compliment me. You're such a kind individual. No, it's definitely not. And they already said that it was low resolution. So they know it's a problem. We all win when we watch Try. Oi there, you kind soul. What's with the glazing today? I don't know how to deal with it. Lucky was glazing me like no tomorrow. What is going on there, guys? What's with the Diablo awesome people and glazing me? Okay? Rax was the last guy to seriously do it. And then we've got Lucky. He was super glazing me and I was like, you are too nice. What's going on here? Why are you so nice? That's how you show love. I really wanted to bring up that Fubgun hates my guts. But I did not do that. I resisted the temptation. Oh, God. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I was reading chat a little bit too much. That was a little close, Exiles. Why does he hate me? I don't know, because I'm fake. I'm not a real person. I'm an AI... I'm an AI-generated plant by Jonathan Rogers and Chris Wilson to talk about why I like Path of Exile 2, and I don't make build guide videos because I'm not that smart when it comes to mechanics in the game, so I don't make worthwhile content. I think that's the gist of why, like, Elk and Fub don't like me. I might be totally wrong. I don't really watch them. What's my AI plant name? Try AI. Try AI. Try AI. Try AI? I don't know. Oh. Try AI. There you go. There is definitely a place for both. And it's very cool that Fub helped him out. I call him as I see him. That's really cool. Should welcome as many new people into the community as possible. That's always been my philosophy. I tend to grow on people. I am endearing. Yep. Okay, so this next boss is pretty easy, I think. I don't think the next boss is too tough. Or I'm like a fungus. Yeah. Either of those things. Oh, wow, I didn't even see him. Okay, I think I was going the right way originally. Uh-oh. I definitely was going the correct way. Yeah, it appears we're gonna have a stacked podcast lineup in March, you guys. I gotta send that to you, Omega Cybers. We've got quite a few people lined up. What's the furthest I've gone on hardcore attempts? Bretson, man, you are seeing it live right now. This is the furthest I've gone. By multiple areas. Before this, it was the Valley of the Titans. All right, exiles. Well, that was a horrible slam. I did it anyway. All right. Okay. No, Bretson, dude, you don't have to be sorry. Baby number 2, I feel ya. We're 2 baby daddies. Oh, there are a lot of creators who still don't like me. We don't need to name them though. I'm sure lots of people hate my guts. Okay, here we go.
You are relentless, but that makes you predictable. The time of the Faladin is nigh.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh god, I don't even know where that's going. Oh, hey. Where is he? Where is he blowing the fire? Right there? Oh, we good. We good. We good. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You will burn.
Oh my gosh. I'm stuck on him. Oh no, 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 no. I gotta get my energy shield. Oh, okay, my loot filter is very strict. Alright, we good, exiles. We good. Let's see. Armor, energy shield. Armor, energy shield. Wow, what crap bases. Right. Yeah, I was expecting Druid for point 2. I'm not hated as Path of Math. That's so true. I'm like the Blight in Path of Exile. I'm branching exiles. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. That's a good one. I like that one. That's pretty funny. He's branching exiles. Oh God.
Do not wander.
Hey, Kira Kitsune, what's going on? I try. You are the only person I feel like watching that isn't playing Wild. Sorry you are not always first, though, homie. Bro, I might actually get Monster Hunter Wild, so no shame if you guys hop over and watch that. I just haven't bought it yet. Maybe I will. I'm really considering it, and I might stream it, but you guys got to understand. Some of you watched my Elden Ring streams. It did not go well. Oh, whoa, I got a sub during the podcast. Mr. Hollywood. Thanks for the Prime. I didn't see that, man. And thanks for all the follows as well, you guys. We are We're like closing in on 11,000 followers, which is pretty cool. Log in. Okay, nope.
Take your time.
No.
Guide you.
Actually, we're gonna sell these.
Something. I'll unburden you.
Okay, let's see. Does Wilds have drops? I'm not sure. Try, do you think you might be overly concerned with how other people view you? No. I used to. There used to be like hate threads about me, and I used to get really worked up about them. But I do not care anymore. Yeah, I don't really care as much as I nearly used to. I know that a lot of people just think I'm really fake. There's like an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. Great show, by the way. Love that show. Where Ray finds out that there's someone that doesn't like him. Like one person that doesn't like him. And, you know, the shtick is everybody loves Raymond, right? So he finds the one guy that doesn't like him. And he obsesses over it. Over the entire course of the episode. And what's the message? Like, of course, it doesn't really matter. It's one person. You don't even know the person. But of course, it sticks in your mind like some sort of parasite and drains your mental state, right? That's the meme. But no. I used to care quite a bit. Not anymore. Wilds doesn't look like my cup of tea. I might try it because it's an easier Elden Ring. That's the comparison that I've heard, and that kind of entices me. I actually don't have anything that's an upgrade over what I'm currently wearing. 48 energy shield. I literally don't have anything. Man, that's kind of unfortunate. Wilds is a lot easier. Yeah, see, I'm not a great gamer, so that would be cool for me. If it's easier, I'm all for that.
I will tell your tale.
Yeah, there's a shitload of negativity. It's kind of unfortunate. I'm sure you guys all know, if you're watching the stream, you know how I'm gonna go farm Kabbalah. Where did I get this from? By the terms of the Constrictor King was banished from Keth. I'm gonna go farm the place for the other thing for this. I'm sure you guys watch my vids, and there's an unfortunate way I have to frame my videos, or people won't watch them. They won't click on them. I think I find this in here, right, you guys? I think it's in here, where I have to do like Path of Exile 2, positive or negative. I have to include the negative, or I'm not shitting you guys. YouTube will kill the video in the cradle. In the cradle. Like, I would probably do a lot more PoE2 like glazing titles if I could, but I can't, and it really sucks. But a lot of you probably would be upset with that, because I don't have as many problems with like the game as sorry, there are problems with the game, but they don't bother me as much as like other people. I think that's a fair way to put it. It can go deep though. Oh, dude, it can get. No, I had to take like breaks from collabs and shit. It affected my mentality massively. I wasn't making videos. I was gonna quit. If you guys just heard, you know, me ranting to my wife about my thoughts on this stuff, I mean, it was pretty dark. Yeah. Not great, says the guy playing hardcore to 80 on PoE1 and hardcore on PoE2. No, I'm not great at games. I don't have to be good at video games to play hardcore. This is where I get the artifact, right, you guys? I'm not farming this for no reason. I hope. Good night, Omega Cybers. Oh, it's the bone pits. Okay. Thank you, Omega Cybers, for correcting me before you went to bed. How did my wife handle me wanting to quit? Yeah, she said don't quit. She said people are gonna be mean. You gotta deal with it. She was right. As usual. Okay, we want to go to this arcane surge wheel over here. That seems crazy. We are going to go this way. Yeah, she was 100% right. I was just being a baby. As usual. Here, I won't do this here. I'll do this. No, that looks even weirder. Okay. We will farm the relic here. And then we will do Act 2 boss. Totally. You don't know what I'm talking about, so there's that. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Did you play anything fun in the PoE 1 or straight up just PoE 2? I played Sunder Ancestral Commander. That was pretty fun. I realized how different PoE 1 is from PoE 2. It was good, a good reality check. I'm glad that I played it. It reinforced some things that I had already thought, and it clarified some things that I had totally forgotten. Status update. Tonight we have Female Void. Oh, your Void Cat. Very nice, very nice. It's crazy how they just don't all sit on you at all times and you cycle through them. I know, I was so daring, wasn't I? I was just like, what is the like easiest slam build that I could play? Ah, Sunder Boy, let's go. You know me, dude, you know me. So with that said, am I going back to 3.26? Absolutely. Will I play it as much as I usually did? Usually played PoE 1? Maybe. I don't know. But will I go back to 3.6, 2.6? Absolutely. I love Path of Exile 1. I've loved that game for a long time. I still enjoy the way Path of Exile 2 plays better. Of course, Path of Exile 1 has way more content, way more things you can play around with, but I like the way that PoE 2 plays better. Like, I like this. I like what I'm doing right now. Would you see me playing hardcore in the Path of Exile 1 campaign ever, guys? No way. No way. I don't know if I can do the 40-40, though. That's like... That's a big investment. I mean, you might be right, Bretson. That's the thing. Because I'm a cosmetic boy. I need my cosmetic fix. You might be totally right. Okay, I gotta get that relic. Where is the relic? Does it drop off these guys? Gotta know where it drops. Yeah, maybe 36 out of 40. Yeah, I wish a lot of my challenge cosmetics worked in 2 as well, because only a select few of them do. I'm in the second zone. I'm in the bone pits. Just hasn't dropped yet. Do I have to be at level or something? There we go. Okay. We got it. We got it, exiles. Okay. Yeah. We're good. Let's go get that. And then Dreadnought time, guys. All right. Valley of the Titans. Where are we today? Princess just loves attention. Miss Salem just occasionally likes watching stream. I like those names. Okay. Charm charges. Yep, lightning res in this next fight. Yep, Monk is still my favorite class, but it's also the class I've played the most, and I played it all the way through endgame. I just haven't like had honestly the time to go through. Like Warrior is the one that I've been working on. I'm almost through the campaign on Warrior. Did I get a level? I didn't get a level. Nothing changed. Warrior is the next one that I'm trying to get to endgame. Oh, this is big. I might buy this belt for the lightning res, you guys. Oh, wow. Those gloves are good, too. Holy login. Maybe. Actually. How are these better? Is it this? Okay, maybe not. These have the flat ES on them. Never mind, not flat, not login. We're not logging in Exiles. Oh, these are though, login. I need 30 decks though. Oh, that's worth it. I'm going. I get that too. Okay. 30 decks. What's my decks at now? 7. All right, let's do some respecking.
Greetings.
A new realm of power.
Okay. Thanks, Blazeworks. Thank you. Have a great day, man. I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, definitely. Why don't you add me on Discord, by the way, Blazeworks? I saw a comment on one of my recent videos. You can go ahead and shoot me a friend request on Discord if you'd like. Okay. Wait. Yes. Yes, lightning resistance is what I wanted. Okay, and then there's that. Okay. No. We want to salvage. Yep, okay. Okay, here we go, Exiles. Do not wander. All right. You guys think we can do this? Or is this going to be a rip? I'm going to upgrade my rings for the heck of it.
I feel
Oh.
something. At last.
What's going on, dude? 12 months, Gav? Holy hell. Wow. Yes, we're going to do Jamanra right now. You're just in time if you'd like to see me fail. Thanks for the 10 months, or the 12 months at tier 1, dude. A whole freaking year. Are there, like, sub-badges I can do beyond 12 months? Because I feel like a lot of people are beyond that time span now, which is just crazy to me. I think I'm going to up Orb of Storms. I'm going to do some, gem cutting on it. Let's see. What can I do for Orb of Storms here? Chain. Overabundance. So I could have 2 going up. How about Conk Effect? Chain Conduction. Oh, yeah. Let's shock it. Hell yeah. Do my shock machine. Okay. Okay. I just gotta not be an idiot in the Dreadnought area. We got this, Exiles.
We will have our justice.
Okay. 30 decks log out. What do you mean?
For glory.
I want to wear that hoodie for now. Come on. It's not log out moment. Okay, where am I going? It's here. Where is it? Here. Oh yeah, I privated my account. Blazeworks, is your name on Discord, or sorry, Discord Blazeworks TV? Let me know and I'll add you after this.
Ready yourself. We must prevail.
All right, Exiles.
Paladin will fall.
Let's do this. No Faradin.
Give no quarter. No mercy. Foul crawler.
All right, sounds good, dude. I'll do it after the stream. Have a good night. These cheeky mosquitoes are trying to surround me. Did you guys see that? I mean,
This
Spark
world
is
is an
pretty
illusion
strong
of
here.
exile.
What's happening? What's happening with the illusion? What? I don't know what happened. Something just happened. We hit a sub goal of the stream. 10 subs. Log in. Log in. But nobody subbed. I don't understand how this happened. It freaked me out. By the way, wearing a headset is kind of crazy when streaming, because now my own voice sounds all muffled, but I can hear everything else super clear. I don't know how I feel about it. Don't know if good or bad. I can hear the music so clearly.
It is time to hunt.
I feel something. At last.
Hey, Blackjack Horse. That's your name, right? Blackjack Hackasay. Thanks for the freaking tier 1, 2 months, man. And thanks for the good luck. We're almost at the end of Act 2, and then we get into Act 3. We've been taking it really slow. We're doing it carefully. This is the farthest we've gotten. Oh. Sennheiser 560s are great. I will take a look at them. Because these are really heavy. I'm a little sweaty with these. Ooh, these could be really good. I might want to ID these right here, right now. Oh my gosh, we got a spirit increase. Oh, I don't know though. What can I do with that spirit increase? Oh, they're on sale on Amazon right now. Okay. Sennheiser 560S. Okay. Could I upgrade Grim Feast to have some extra regen, maybe? What is that effect? What the heck? What is going on? You guys see that effect? Wait. Is that a wind effect? I don't really know why there was a special effect going on there. What the... I'm guessing that's like wind, right? They're ignited, and the particles are coming off them because it's the caravan's moving. Ooh, yeah, clarity and vitality. Dude, that's probably big. And then I can just, I might go do that upgrade right now, you guys. That's probably smart.
Quickly.
Oh, I have Grim Feast already, man. Yep, 100%. This doesn't have any, this has int on it. Okay. Double iron runes. So I would be sacrificing a good chunk of defense. Oh, I know. When the spark hits the firewall, it gets buffed. Okay. Let's see. I can get lightning resin here, which is good for this Jamanra fight. I think let's do it. Let's do it. Not a huge hit to energy shield. And we're going to be able to now... Now we have 31 spirit to go. So we can clarity. So, okay, I don't know if I want clarity, though. 10 strength required. Current strength 7. Oh, regenerate 1% of life. I think we get that, guys. I think it's worthwhile just to have a little bit of regen.
A step closer to legend.
Okay, we're gonna get vitality. We have 11 spirit, so can we also get 10 spirit? Mana regen, let's go. Gav, you know what you're talking about. You know what to do. Look at that. Thank you. Thought there was stuff we could get. All right, back we go. Oh, and we've got the... Guys, we've got the outfit again. The buff outfit. You all know what that means. We've got just a few hours in the game, Gav. Just a few, okay?
Desert fire.
All right. Oh my god, we're here. Oh my god, we're here. Oh. Thanks, Brent P. I know everything's going to change. I've talked about that a lot of times, though. So I try to focus more so on getting the interviewees' unique perspective on the game. Because you're 100% right. So much is going to change. I try to not repeat the same subjects as much as possible, because if I did, nobody would want to listen to these anymore and they'd get really boring. And I know less people are listening, like, for example, like the last one and the last 3, I guess. But I think that's just because there's nothing going on with PoE2 necessarily, and that's what they're kind of around, even though we're talking about different games. But my whole channel exposure is like Path of Exile too. And people know that at this point when they see my videos, I feel like, which I'm fine with. But I totally get your point. Yeah. PoE2 is great to some folks like myself, and it's going to be great to a lot more people in the long term. So, yeah, 100% Brent. Look at that. Look at this. Thank you, Asala. Asala is just holding the line. Sala's Hodor confirmed. True. Ooh, nice. Look at her. Look at her going hard. Oh my gosh. How is this fair? Asala, the absolute go. Uh-oh. Asala, where were you? Asala! Oh yeah, there's a lot of one I want to come over, guys. That was a pretty big bait question from myself to Lucky. But it's something like some of my friends who never played PoE 1 have entertained, and I'm like, guys, you do not understand. There's so much good stuff in PoE 1. That still should come over. Not everything should come over, but a lot of stuff should. Hey, spoilers, Gav. We don't know that she kills steals Jamanra. Okay, I'm going to turn the music up a little bit for you guys once we get to Jamanra, because I'm going to fully lock in. Sorry, I won't say when we get to Jamanra. If we get to Jamanra. I think this is the last cart. Taking it nice and slow. Spark strong. Alright. Alright. Will I play Chrono Odyssey when it releases this year? I am a 1 to 2 game Andy. Probably not. Alright. Here we go. Here we go, Exiles. There's one attack that I gotta dodge. It's up in phase 2. Everything else I think I've got.
You again. The fool under the hooded one's sway. Do you even know what he is? No matter. You'll find my king far more capable than Count Gianor. My king, take the power you were promised. Put an end to this nuisance.
Ah, the Sycamore Yaldura. Bow before your king.
The Medicats blood-bound things. We skinned them. You will burn. Submit. You are finished.
The era of the Faradun is now! For my people! We will have what is ours! My people! The era of the Faradun is now! We are vengeance! Desert justice! For For my people!
We're running out of time. End this.
All right, exiles.
But the beast.
What are you doing?
The most badass part in all of PoE2 right now, in my opinion, is right there. Nothing matters but the beast now.
Time for
Go.
this. Sands, bend to my will.
Camille
Impede
absolutely
my
cooked.
enemies.
See, I can't dodge that. I'm so bad at that. I got hit. That's fine. I've got very strong defenses. I just need to let my
Will pay.
energy shield recoup.
To you. The Mannequin will pay. Take our hate. For damn you. Wings to me. The era of the Faradun is now.
Such a good soundtrack. Oh my god.
Our hate. Blood. The era of the Faradun is now. Our gift to you. Blood. Ten 10,000 spears.
Oh no.
I call the winds. You will be forgotten. Forge of hate. 10,000 spears.
Come on, energy shield.
The Faradun is now. Forge of hate. 10,000 spears. The Marrakech will pay. Into dust.
Oh no.
Endless hate.
There's so many things happening.
Take our hate. The
Oh, I got hit.
Marrakech will pay.
Oh no, 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 no.
Of the Faradun is now.
Energy shield regen. No, not this shit. Oh no.
Our gift to you.
Oh. He's so close to getting stunned.
I will
I got him, I
erase
got
you.
him, I got 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 him. Come on, 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 come on.
Die. Sakama.
Asala.
You have accomplished nothing. Oriana will prevail, and the Faradun will rule the Vasturi.
Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen.
This is not over. Not yet.
Shaman-Ra! I return you to the embrace of death!
It is done.
Oh.
Garukan favors me.
Garukan
war is over.
favors
I
me.
have given him
That's right.
an
Look at that,
honorable
you guys.
This may prove. Return with me.
Act 2 over. All right. Good night, Bretson. I won't die, I promise. I do remember when he used to explode. That was crazy. In Citadels only, too. You foresaw death? Man, that's intense as all heck. See, that's what I like in PoE too.
Come now, Shade. Share your truth with me.
You're right. I am a god. I am the thief of virtue. I am sin.
Pretty good.
And I have failed once again.
Oof.
It was I who created the beast. All
His
I
voice
can ask
acting is
to be
absolutely
my
killer.
own.
The husband of Garukan. I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Do I say anything else special?
I spent. You want. Wasn't. When.
No,
Swiftly.
nothing else special. Okay, interesting. I know. It's sin? No way. Crazy. All right, let's see.
Story.
You got anything good for me before I leave you forever, girl?
I will tell your
Who
tale.
goes there? My wares are renowned.
Wow. Almost nice. Too expensive, though. I think that the lightning stuff saved
Take
my butt
care.
there. IMO. Ooh.
Stay in sight.
Alright, take me to Act 3, Takama Asala.
Yes? Yes, we can. Until then.
The beast has grown too powerful. We can no longer contain it through mortal means.
Does the
There
beast
was
not
once
look
an
like
empire that
Diablo
embraced
in that shot?
They studied it, mastered it, and became the greatest civilization the world has ever known. But it led to their destruction. Our allies will continue the pursuit of the beast, but we shall undertake a different search. We must go to the ruins of the Val Empire, in search of a weapon against the coming cataclysm.
That is such a good cinematic. I hope they better do that for all the
I
acts.
will tell you.
It's so
Stay
good.
Inside.
Greetings.
Speak up.
It's so simple, but it's good. You know? Nah, I don't need any of that. All right.
The humidity is disgusting. Best get on with this.
Yeah, the humidity is the really thing that sucks here, Sork.
Once more.
It's not any of these things.
They rise from the waters.
This place is actually kind of dangerous, yeah? This is like poison now, so it goes straight through my energy shield. Oh yeah. And the it doesn't need to be like CG or anything. The simple cutscenes like that are also great. Whoa. Hey, 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 hey. No need to throw up on me. Chill out. Speculation on the patch. Okay, here's my unbridled speculation. Point 2 will add the druid and a bunch of primal skill gems, so shape-shifting, volcano, and a few other special things. It's going to add the Huntress and Spears.
I fear not Not your corpses.
And it's going to add another melee class as well. My guess is the gladiator. Bam, and swords. Big login. Okay. Next, it's going to add Act 4 to the game. And alongside that, a bunch of new endgame bosses that will come from Act 4. Oh, wow. Let's see, what else? A bunch of new uniques that are actually useful at endgame. And it will bring in Ascendancy Respec. So you can respec Ascendancy. What else do I think it will bring into the game? I think those are going to be the big ticket. I feel like the characters, the new acts, and a bunch of new bosses that you can also fight at endgame. The big draw, my dark horse is whatever the Arbiter of Ash, whatever's after the Arbiter of Ash. I'll keep it kind of spoiler free. But basically there's another boss hinted at. Maybe we'll see that as well. And then 2 more League mechanics from Path of Exile 1 in Path of Exile 2. That's my big guesses, you guys. What do you think? Copium? I think if they add Act 4, they'll just make it so you do Act 1 through 4, Act 1, 2 on Cruel. I don't think the story matters in early access. The story already doesn't make sense going to endgame. If you really think about it, there's not a lot of sense there. There's not a lot of setup. What even is the Arbiter of Ash? Nobody even knows what... I don't think people should be saying, but the story. Nah. I feel like just do it. It makes sense for the gameplay. I think that should be first and foremost when everything's just unfinished. Focusing on the gameplay. And getting another act.
Will remember your actions.
Getting another act in the game would be, I think, the most important thing. In terms of testing, in terms of getting people excited about new content. Oh, Aaron, man. Thank you for the raid. You must be happy. Aaron, bro. Where's your video on the Season 2 trailer? What are you doing? I could log off now and get out a video before you. I can't believe you don't have a video on it up yet. It looks really good, man. Like, they look like they were absolutely cooking. I'm very excited. Aaron, welcome Raiders, by the way. Yep, this is hardcore Path of Exile 2, by the way. Hardcore solo self-found, by the way. In case you didn't see. I'm being silly. How worried are you about GGG completely, and I don't swear often on my streams, completely fucking over EHG? Because I'm like, please don't do it, GGG. Some people are like, well, I'm just going to play Last Epoch. And I'm like, but I feel like it would be, it's just such unfortunate timing. Cream rises to the top, baby. All right, Last Epoch, here we go. Gonna freaking dominate. Put GGG PoE2 in its place. Just kidding. I'll definitely play both. That looks really cool, all the Last Epoch stuff. It would 100% suck. Like, I hope it comes out March 21st, dude. I hope it doesn't come out after. I hope it does not come out after. Like, even March 28th would be better than April 5th, in my opinion. No, it's not delayed. They're adding a ton of new stuff to the game. We watched the trailer at the beginning of today's stream. Ton of new content. Dude, Aaron, did you know about WASD? And it making it into this iteration? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, that turnaround. They busted their ass on that. I'm sure of it. I wonder how it will feel. Oh yeah, Aaron, can you talk about WASD? Or are you under NDA? You've played it for months. Can you talk about WASD? Does it feel good, dude? Okay, can you say, is it Diablo 4 WASD? Or is it closer to what I'm doing right now, PoE2 WASD? You won't share? See, I thought, just maybe. It's in beta? Oh, no. Okay, so you're saying it could be as good as or better than Diablo 4 WASD. I see. I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting out. I am. I gotcha. All right, where is this ziggurat encampment? I know it's nearby. It's right here, right? Here? Oh, yeah. And we've got our Lesser Jeweler's Orb. Beautiful.
Best not do that here.
Act 3, you guys, in hardcore. Guys, the challenge is getting close. Can you guys believe it? I can't believe it. We are inching nearer to the end.
Best not do that here.
Check this card really quick. Oh my gosh, no way, dude. Oh, no, Aaron, no way. Oh no. Oh, that's hilarious. One sec. I gotta let my kitty out. Oh, I say nothing. I say nothing. I never share info that I'm given.
Not here. Not now.
Okay. So we are in Act 3 now, Exiles. That's big.
Do whatever it takes.
That's big. Okay. Now, we're going to pause hardcore for there, guys. But I did want to do something since I talk about it so much. I thought it would be fun if I show what Arbiter of Ash looks like on my characters. My build, okay? So not an optimized build. A pretty shit build, okay? Tempest Flurry, not stat stacking. Yes, I have a Hands of Wisdom in action, but it's not stat stacking. I mean, look at my stats. My stats are total crap. You can't see my stats. I have 50. Oh, you can see my stats right there. We're gonna do an Arbiter, tier 3. Arbiter ethical. Okay, that's what we're doing. Ethical Arbiter. Let's see. What's my estimated date for point 2? My guess is March 28th or March 28th, Aaron. I don't think it's gonna be the 21st. I think it's gonna be the 28th. My guess. Bro, if it's the 21st, we would probably know today. I know it would suck. Okay, we're gonna do an ethical arbiter, okay, you guys? I'm gonna show you how I like to play endgame, my bosses. So we got a Fated, we've got a Crisis, so we need a Weathered. I'll buy one.
How can I help?
Okay, I want Weathered. I have Exalted Orbs. Wow. All right, let's not die, Exiles. All right. Of course I could die. Okay. So here's my character. Here's my tooltip DPS if you care about that. 42,000. Tempest Flurry. Okay. Right. Not terrible. You know, maybe what I should do, maybe I should like upgrade Bell before I do this. You guys think I should do that? Maybe I should like get, nah, we'll just do it how I usually do it. Okay, guys? We're gonna close out the stream with an ethical Arbiter of Ash. Oh god, my cam's about to die. Okay. From one tense boss fight to another. Okay? Watch me fail all the mechanics. Oh, actually, is this my first attempt at the final tier? Oh my gosh, guys, this is my first attempt at the final tier Arbiter. I've never done an attempt of final tier. Okay? I've only done final tier -1. Let's see. So I might get my butt handed to me.
Mortal lands have contaminated her virtue once more by the fourth edict of the monosoul. Her flesh shall be scorched anew.
Okay, guys, remember. Bad damage. Oh god, I have 0. Oh my god, if I fail the wave phase, it's over. I have 1 attempt, right, on tier 4? Oh.
You are too late. The fourth edict already burns for your world.
Fury unleashed!
Grave turmoil awaits you. Embrace the infinite void. Foul, belligerent gods, ascendants of the feeble, cursed her supple flesh and mind. Fields of ash and chasms of flame shall restore her glory. Embrace the infinite void.
Stupid. Yeah. Whatever. That sucked. Bad RNG. Okay. Well, Exiles. Stuff happens like that. And then you just lose and you rage and you try not to hit anything. That was a really bad placement for the beam, and I was just dumb and I walked right through it. Yeah, my defenses are not very good, so they're not crazy bad, but at least I had an omen going, which I didn't know about for the longest time. You guys, do you guys know about this? Omens of Amelioration. Where are they? I literally did not know about them. You only lose. I just want 1. You only lose 2% XP. Yeah, it's crazy. I did not know about this. Do I want to do a citadel for the hell of it? I don't know. Look at this. So I have these citadels right here that I path all the way through here to get to. And I don't think there's any connection here. And there's no connection here. There's the mountain range, and then there's the water. There's an iron, a Doriani. And I have a Doriani here. I have a copper there. I have a stone here. So. Oh, yeah. Crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, but this is so strong in PoE2. For me, at least. Like, it's saving my butt. Alright. Wow, it's 10:45. And I am still gonna go on my run. Holy crap. That is unfortunate. So I'm gonna we're gonna do a raid to a raid. So thanks for the errand, folks. I hope Last Epoch gets its chance to shine as it deserves. That'd really suck if it didn't. Let's throw you guys on over to a Baylor Mage. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful night. I'm so glad we got to Act 3. Let's freaking go. Okay. We're totally gonna get farther. We're gonna beat Act 3. We're gonna beat Act 3. I promise you. All right. Stay sane, exiles. Talk to you later.